Hello and good evening to you all. Lots of you on already this morning. What am I on about? This evening. Holly made it for the countdown. So that was the pre-countdown countdown. I didn't play the normal countdown tonight because I thought I'd play a few bits before I popped on. So good evening to you, lovely. Belinda, you're on. Hello to you. Catherine, hello, beautiful. How are you doing this evening? Pat, good evening to you. Vicky, good evening. Charlotte, hello, lovely. How are you doing? Lots of you on already. Alex is new here. Oh, fab. Well, I'm glad to hear it. Welcome. And thank you for joining this evening. Yay. Laura, you made it. Yay. Yeah, well, oh, Holly, bless you. I've got lots more videos to play tonight. I've got lots and lots to tell you about. And if you haven't seen already on the main page, I have had a little delivery today. So I have got some little treasures and bits to show you as well. So I took on board your comments from last week, and it was mentioned that maybe one night I had a wine and chat night, and I thought, oh, that sounds good. But then I do have like a little rule that I don't read and drink. So what I've done is, on standby, I do have a glass of red sat there. I have not yet had a sip. No wine, no alcohol has yet passed my lips. So what I'm going to do is, I am not yet, wait until that ticker comes up, but I will be doing some readings the first part of the live, and then I'll be chatting you through a whole host of other crap that I normally talk about. I'll be showing you new stuff. I'll be chatting to you, asking you questions, lots of exciting stuff. And then once I've done the readings, then I can have the wine. So there we go. Lots of you on. Charlotte, good to hear you're well. I'm quite good, actually. I'm not bad. I'm feeling good this week. So let me know how your week's all going, if you're feeling all right so far on a Tuesday. Half term for a lot of you as well. So let me know how you're holding on in there. Not that it's much different to normal day to day, but it's quite nice to not have to get the laptop out every morning and to log on at 9 o'clock. So that's been quite nice. So yesterday, Imogen did not get out of bed until 20 to 11. And I thought, I'm not going to wake her up. I'll leave her to it because she's obviously tired. She obviously needs it. And that was what time she strolled down the stairs. And I was like, okay. So we'll see what time she wakes up tomorrow morning. So lots of you on already. Kat, good evening to you, beautiful. How are you doing? I am a busy lady, but I'm glad to be here. So Tuesday nights are like my downtime. Because for me, I don't see doing the Tuesday night live as work. This is like my chance to chill out with the girls. And it's nice. A nice little online chill. And hopefully I have been in talks with some people, and I will be having some special guests coming on, not tonight, but on future shows, which is going to be really exciting. Because if you've been following me, watching the shows the past few weeks, I've been getting really like passionate about like all this empowering women and really getting you to be unapologetically yourself, and that amazing woman that is in there, that shit hot woman that you know is in there, but you're just a little bit iffy to let her out. So we're going to have lots of amazing guests coming on in the next few weeks, talking to you, sharing their views, sharing what they do, and kind of giving you a bit of a pep talk to give you a little break from my pep talks all the time. But I will be giving you a pep talk tonight. So let's have a look. Holly feels like poop every morning. Oh no, that's not good. So talking of feeling like poop, actually. So if you have been following me, you'll have heard me talking about my skin quite a lot. And I don't know, some of you might know that I had cut out caffeine, and I haven't cut out dairy. I'm still quite partial to cheese, but I've not been having milk in my coffee. And that's a lot of my dairy intake on a day. So like generally I was having about 5 to 7 coffees a day, and yeah, it was getting out of hand. And I have quite bad rosacea. You wouldn't think it to look at me, but I'll get to that in a minute. And I'd gone before Christmas, was getting my nails done, and the lady in the salon, Natalie, had said to me, do you drink a lot of coffee? And I was like, do I drink a lot of coffee? Yes, I do. So she'd recommended that I cut down on the coffee and also milk. So what I have been doing recently, I did go cold turkey on the coffee, and it was a bit, oh yeah, I wasn't in on it. I was doing herbal teas, which was lovely, but I was just like proper craving the coffee. And I stuck through the caffeine withdrawal headaches and everything. And then, yeah, as Holly says there, the oat milk. Yes. So then I started having decaf coffee with oat milk. And oh my God, it is amazing. So I did try hazelnut milk a little while ago, and it curdled in the coffee and it was vile. So that put me off. And then I'd heard oat milk had been recommended, and I thought I'll give it a go. So I bought the Oatly Barista oat milk, and it is a game changer. Honestly, it is nicer in coffee than regular milk. So if you're on the fence about kind of cutting down on your dairy or anything like that, I would absolutely recommend that you try the oat milk in your coffee, because it is good. And if you've got any of the flavor syrups as well, I had a gingerbread latte. If you just like shake the carton of it and it comes out frothy. So yeah, big love for the oat milk. There you go. Kat drinks a lot of black coffee. Pat has about 1 coffee every 2 weeks. Wow, God, I have about 1 coffee every 2 hours. But yeah, so that's kind of, I did that to try and clear up my skin a bit. As you can see, I've still got some blemishes, but what I can tell you is I've got a little bit of eyeshadow, mascara and eyeliner on, and some lipstick, but I do not have foundation on tonight. So how amazing is that? So if you are having trouble with your skin at the minute, and you do drink a lot of coffee, or if you've got a lot of milk in your diet as well, because I was drinking full fat milk, and I haven't completely cut back on dairy, so I am like having milk on cereal and cooking with cream and stuff like that, or having like cheese. Big love for cheese. So I haven't completely cut it out, but even just cutting out the coffee and cutting down to oat milk from full fat milk, like you can see, I'll come closer, it's not perfect. I've still got like some blemishes around there, but literally I have no foundation on. And this is a big thing for me, because this is one of my kind of real body hang-ups, is that my skin is something I've had trouble with for ages. So for me to be having it, like my skin, I can actually go out without foundation, is a big win for me. So let me know in the comments, what are your big wins recently? So what have you either cut back on? What have you decided to do that's good for you? What's happened that's made you do a little happy dance? So let me know in the comments, what are your big wins? Anything you want to celebrate, and we'll do a happy dance for you as well. So Emily, you made it. Hello. Yay. Welcome, Emily. Good evening. How are you doing, beautiful? So yeah, lots to get through tonight, lots to chat about. If you haven't watched me before, let me tell you, I do waffle, and I waffle a load of crap, but you ladies like to listen to me waffling crap, so I'm going to be here to waffle crap as long as you'll have me. So if you are new, I will swear I'm not a complete potty mouth, but I will drop the odd shit bomb and whatnot. So that sounded like, no, that didn't sound very hygienic, did it? But yeah, I don't kind of hold back. I don't try and be this kind of public persona. I'm just me, and that's what people seem to like, so that's what I'm going to give. So yeah, this is me. If you're watching for the first time, then welcome. Catherine says, back on my yoga every day. Yay! Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, bless you. I really, really need to get back into yoga. I've missed coming to your classes, and to be honest, I haven't really done a lot of yoga since your classes, which is getting on probably about a year ago, which is really, really bad. I've obviously been sticking to my meditation, and me and Imogen have done a bit of yoga on like new moons and full moons, but I need to get back into regular practice. So I'm just, yeah, but no, that's amazing for you, because I know that that's a real grounding thing for you, and I'm so happy that you've managed to get back into that. Teresa loves the waffle. I'm glad. I am glad. Good evening, beautiful. Lovely to have you here. Oh, thank you, Emily. Thank you very much. Oh, and Kat. Oh, love you. Oh, bless you. So Pat managed to eventually get Asda shop and delivery after it being cancelled. Oh yeah, because you've got quite bad snow there, haven't you? Yeah, we had a light dusting here. For some reason, it's come up about my connection. Connection is unstable if I'm on Wi-Fi. Oh, let me know what my if you can all hear me all right, if I'm not like breaking up or anything. Catherine. Yeah, I've been looking at her on YouTube. Actually, I haven't done any of them. I just watched. But yeah, I have heard good things, so I am going to check her out and maybe get back into practice, because I need it. I need a good stretch. Like, my back is absolutely killing me. I really need a good stretch. You can see and hear me. Oh, fab. Okay, lovely. So this evening, what I'm going to do is, as I say, I am going to bang out some readings first, and then I'll move into talking about other stuff, because that wine is there and it is beckoning me. But I do have like a rule that I never have a drink and do a reading. It is ingrained in my being. So it's sat there. So I better get on the go and get some readings done. If you've never watched me before, so if there's no ticker across the bottom, that means that I'm either not doing readings at the moment, or I'm not taking any requests for more. However, if this ticker is up, then that means I am, and you can comment to your heart's content asking. So the way I do readings is I like to pack a punch with my readings and give more as guidance rather than prediction. I am shit hot at prediction, and I know a lot of you watching can be testament to that. But I do like to give kind of the whole path of it and give a bit more guidance and how to see a way forward, rather than saying, right, this is going to happen. Good luck. So I have got with me, as usual, I've got my Silver Witchcraft tarot cards, and then I do have the teeny tiny in my little baggie Giovanni Caselli ones, which these are my first pack. And you know, I was on a Zoom call to someone last night, and I actually counted my packs. I have 19 decks of cards, so I don't know whether to be impressed or whether that means I think I need more. So there we go. And I do have next to me, I'm going to show these off in a bit because they are in the shop, but I might pull some from these, because these are really, really lovely cards. But for the minute, I'll be pulling from these two. Obviously, I'm going to go into the comments now. If I don't make it to you straight away, don't be shy in asking for more, because the comments move so quickly. Okay, so first, right, Charlotte, you are first up. So I'm going to pull for you. I'm just going to shuffle these ones. I can almost taste the wine. Catherine says always more. Honestly, I bought 2 new decks when I had the delivery for the online shop last week. I seen a couple of decks and thought I really want to stock them, but I couldn't stock them if I didn't have them for myself, obviously. So I did buy myself 2 new decks, but I have seen some others that I'm keen to add to the collection. So we will see. Okay. Oh, Emily's been wanting the Light Seers Tarot for months, but only seen it available in the USA. Well, you are in luck, okay, because they are in the shop, and don't order them just yet, because I do have a treat coming up for you all tonight. But I think I have in stock 3 Light Seers Tarot. So hold that thought, because I have got a a little discounty code for some things. I'm not going to spill the beans just yet, but I have got a code for some things in the shop, but I do definitely have them in stock. They're right behind me. Okay, so Charlotte, for you, lovely, you've got the 4 of Wands, then you have got the 2 of Pentacles in reverse, and then you've got the 6 of Swords. Okay, for you, I feel like this is a case of me saying to you, enjoy where you're at just now, okay? I feel like you've almost got the fear of things are maybe too good to be true, or that you've just some sort of anxiety going on about something bad's going to happen, or you're afraid to do something for fear of it just not working out. But this is saying to me here, especially with the 4 of Wands, there's almost like a fear of kind of getting burnt, so to speak, like having too much fun or things going too well, and the worry of things going wrong. But here with this one, where you're 2 of Pentacles, I feel like, I don't know if you can see there, it's almost like wires crossed in that one. And especially this week, and obviously with much Mercury retrograde going on, miscommunication can happen a lot. And what I would say is to just kind of, if anything comes out wrong that's said to you, take it with a pinch of salt, because I feel like at this moment in time, anything that's said to you, you may misinterpret to be worse than what they meant. I feel like things are said to you in a nice way, but maybe it's not come out quite that way. And then also with this one, the 6 of Swords, this is saying like enjoy where you're at just now. Don't focus too much on going back to the past and worrying about what's happened then. Is it going to happen again? But then also don't focus too much on the future, because I feel like you're laying too much planning and excitement on the future. You're missing what's going on right now. So step into the here and now and enjoy it, because I feel like otherwise you're going to miss it, and then you're going to kind of look back and think, oh, I could have done all of that, and then I was just too focused on other things. So just bring your attention to here and now, and get rid of the past and the future and the what ifs and the worries about things going wrong, and just enjoy and just live in it for the now. Because I'm feeling like, especially over the next 2 months, I would be wary of getting your wires crossed. And I feel like that may be because you're linking something from now to the past. But I feel like in you, there's that fear of that link of something happening again. But I feel like they're so disconnected that the same thing probably wouldn't happen again. So that is for you, lovely. Lots of comments on Emily saying, yay. Yes, I'll get the Lightseers Tarot out and I'll give you a look at them in a bit as well. Teresa says you can never have too many like crystals. Exactly. I'm always adding to the crystals. So lots of you commenting, right? I will get on to you. Rebecca, you're on. Good evening, beautiful. How are you doing? So let's go down. All right. Alex, you have asked, and it is your first time watching. So let's pull some cards for you. I am going to go with the Witchcraft Tarot again and see what we've got here for you. And also, up here, if you do want to find out more about me, what I do, or even book in with me for like a private one-to-one guidance session, or even just a reading that will come into your inbox, then just, oh crap, you can go up there, www.anavea.co.uk, and you can find out more about me, read about, doesn't really tell you how much of a weirdo I am, but I'm a good weirdo, but it does tell you what I do. So you can go on there if you're a bit curious. And obviously the chakra shop is on there as well, where you can purchase some goodies. But I have got lots to show you tonight anyway, so don't go whizzing on there just yet. Okay, so Alex, for you, let's pull and see what we've got. Okay, right, I've pulled one of the same cards again. So again, you've got the 4 of Wands here. Then you've got the 8 of Wands there. And then you've also got Temperance. So here what I'm seeing is, with this one, especially the 8 of Wands, don't feel rushed to go back to something, whether that's going back into a job, whether it's going back into a certain situation that you've been through. Because I do feel like this is kind of you, it's time for you to weigh up your options, because I feel like what may have worked for you before may not work for you now. I feel like either your perspective or your circumstances have changed, and that I do feel like, I'm going to pull another one. Let's have a look. Okay, there was 6 of Wands. Especially where other people are concerned, I feel like you have done a lot of growth recently, where like within yourself, And like I say, perspectives have changed. And I think maybe even your goals have changed as well. But obviously with lockdown, a lot of us are working differently. We're living very differently. And so we've taken on a new perspective of life. And with that, it's almost like you can kind of reassess where you're at, because for me, certainly my goals this time last year are completely different to what they are now. But to look at this one, what I would say is anyone around you, whether that's relationship or anyone very close to you, don't feel committed to doing what you said you were going to do before, and don't let them pressure you into sticking with that, because if it doesn't feel right for you, then you don't need to do it. And especially with this going back to something. So what I want to say to you, Alex, is that if you feel like you're supposed to go back to something, or you're meant to be going back to, or there's some sort of commitment there that you said you would do, all very well that you've said you would do it, but still, like, you are still in control. Okay, so don't feel obliged to do it just to kind of keep someone else happy, because in the long run, you're not going to be happy there. So certainly here as well, where kind of any relationships and close bonds are concerned, I feel like I don't want you to stick with something just to keep the peace. And because I do get the impression, oh, I'll just do this, it'll just be easier. But that's not what you want to do. You want to do something that is going to make you feel good, that is going to really fill your boots up. Because looking at this one, I feel like at the minute, there's a fear of your stability, whether that because of this kind of going back to something. Let me know in the comments if you're following with this. But this fear of going back to something here, and whether it's financial, whether it's work related, but I feel like it's kind of like you feel like you have to go back to it, otherwise things aren't going to be stable. But what I do want to say to you is to step outside of your comfort zone, especially here with temperance. This is bringing in you and your self-confidence, and this is telling you that you can change your mind, and if it doesn't feel right, then you should change your mind. But also to kind of say that you are worth more. Okay, you don't need to live under someone else's say so just to keep the peace. Okay, so with this one, like, you've got a choice there, but make sure it is your choice, not anyone else's choice. Not doing it because it's to keep someone else happy, not doing it because you said you would however long ago. Make a choice similar to what I said before to Charlotte. Make that choice in the here and in the now, because then you will thank yourself for it. When you look back months ahead, you'll think, I'm so glad I made that decision. Otherwise, you're just going to end up in an endless loop of being somewhere that doesn't quite fit for you. Been offered to get back to my old job today. How weird is that? Oh, wow. Okay. So with that, I would really consider if it is what you want to do. And like I say, don't just do it just to keep someone happy. If you do genuinely want to go back to that, then by all means go for it and do it. But as long as you can feel it in here and that feels what's right for you, because otherwise you're going to end up, like I say, in that loop, and it's not going to fit for you. So that is for you, my lovely. Hopefully that's given you some guidance there. I'm just going to go back up the way. So Catherine, beautiful Catherine. So funnily enough, it was actually Catherine who gave me these cards. I think it was, God, it's getting on about 3 years ago now, I think you gave me these. And they just kind of sat there for a while, and I couldn't do much with them. I knew they were really beautiful cards, but to look at them, it was almost like trying to kind of look at Chinese writing and understand what it meant. And then one day I just had the urge to get them out, and they've just clicked, and I've worked with them ever since, and they are such special cards, and I'm so glad, and I just appreciate them so much. The fact that Catherine's given them to me, they're so special. So I know, it's crazy. How is it 3 years? And the circumstances in which we met. So our children go to the same school, and we were at a village fete one day, and Catherine had come up to me, and she sort of shyly went, "Do you do readings?" And I went, "Yeah," as if it was like a real on the down low, like, shh. And then I was like really nervous. I was like, "Yeah," and she went, "Oh, me too." And we were like, "Ah," oh. And then literally it was basically like love at first sight. And I can't tell you how much I absolutely love Catherine. So if you are watching and you haven't yet been over to Catherine's page and followed her, get on over there, because the work that Catherine does is absolutely gorgeous. And it would be a crime not to see what she's doing and what she's up to, because Catherine and her work is just absolutely beautiful. Lots of you on here watching as well. Nikki, you're on. Good evening, beautiful. How are you doing? So, Catherine, for you, you've got the 9 of Swords in reverse. You've got the Ace of Wands also in reverse. And then here you have the 3 of Wands. So for this one, okay, so the 9 of Swords, normally when it's this way, this one would tie in with sort of mental health and how you're feeling emotionally and whatnot. But because I've got it this way, this is giving to me, I'm getting a mix between solar plexus and heart. And it's saying, I feel like you need to have the confidence to go forward and doing what you love. And I feel like for you, like emotionally, it's almost been like a weight that's on you. And with is here, especially with the 3 of Wands, it's kind of that looking and that wondering of what's out there. Do I do it? Do I go for it? But I do feel like, especially with this one, like it's that confidence to take that step forward, to do it and to get into it and to just believe that it's what's meant to be. Because here as well, what I've got is almost like the fear of, like with this one where you've got the fruit and everything, it's that providing for everything and providing for what you need to do, providing for the family. But then here you've got your cat, which is like your curiosity, and it's kind of, it's saying to you, feed that curiosity, and to kind of almost in here, like what I say a lot of my work is like to find your fire again, because I feel like for you, ego is holding you back. And I think in here, you know what you want to do, and because you've got that inner battle with this one, it's kind of like that emotional weight is there. And it is, I don't know if you've got a bad back or shoulders at the minute, but it's almost like I've got a physical weight right across here, and I'm very much like, and very tense in the shoulders. So definitely if you are getting back into your practice, that is good, because I'm feeling a lot of tension up here, but I feel like that is a manifestation of emotional baggage, emotional weight there. So I would definitely say to you to go with the heart, go with what feels right in here, and not worry too much about the day-to-day running of things, because I feel like that will just flow. It will come and it will all work together. And obviously with the kids, the house, like family life, everything like that, you can be what you need to be to everybody, but still follow your heart and do what you need to do. So I would just go with what feels right in here, and the rest will just fall into place, and it will work. I think it's just you having the confidence to trust in you and what's there. So that is for you, beautiful. And also what I would say here as well is boundaries. I feel like you need to set your boundaries, but not for anyone else. I feel like you need to set your boundaries for you, for what you will and won't do, and like set your non-negotiables as well. So then you know what you're promising to yourself that you will do, and what you're promising to yourself what you won't do, because I feel like there's that budge of boundaries, and I feel like this is more in your work. So don't feel like you need to give more, because you already give so much. So, oh, bless you. Oh, I love you. Oh, your shoulders are cool. Okay. What I'll do is I'll try and send through some healing as well, and I'll do but at the end of this, what I think we've got into the habit of doing a nice, like a breather and a rest. So I'll do that at the end of this one as well. Lots of you on. Wow, lots of you popping on. Alex, not going back. Spent 6 years of my life there. Yeah. Well, there we go. That's it. Don't go back. Right, I'm scrolling back. My mouth's getting dry. I need to do some more readings, and then I can have some wine. All right, let's have I'm trying to find all the comments now. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to scroll through and see what comes up. Okay, right, Sophie, let's pull for you, because I know last week, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, some come out and you weren't too sure on them. So let's see what they've got for you for this week. And let's have a look. Obviously, if you do want to tag anyone or share it, please do feel free, but don't feel obliged to. I'm not like one of these crazy like, share and feel the love for stars kind of people. No. Like, you know me, if you've watched me enough, you know that I'm here to have a good time with you guys that pop on. Lovely ladies that a lot of you pop on every week, or most weeks if you can, which I appreciate so much. And it's lovely to have so many of you here near enough every Tuesday. It's almost like I feel like I'm like Emmerdale or Coronation Street, and you're tuning in to watch. So it's really lovely. But if there is anyone that you feel like they haven't watched me before, and maybe you think that they should, then please do feel free to just put that out there. Okay, so Sophie, for you, lovely, you have got the Knight of Cups there. You've got the Five of Wands, so both of them are in reverse, and then you've got the King of Swords. So for this one, I'm drawn into work again. I know work has been a topic that I've touched on before, but with this one, I feel like within your communication with work, I feel like it's what you don't say that is going to get you forward into what you're doing work-wise. My shoulder, I don't know if I'm still like hanging on for with Catherine's shoulder or if you've got something going on as well, Sophie. But yes, work-wise, I feel like this one, it's having the confidence to sit there and take a step back. Okay, so don't feel worried if kind of things aren't turning as they should be or things are moving a bit slow. I feel like rather than chasing up, which is what I would normally recommend, I feel like it's just time to kind of take a step back, let things kind of run its course, and the time frame will naturally flow into itself. Work-wise with that, but also I feel like, and I'm sure I've said this to you before, but with this one, I'm getting training or study here. And I feel like there's more to add to what you can do. I'm going to pull one more card for you. There we go. So the High Priest, and this one again, it does bring up study, but I feel like this is more based around communication, and a study of kind of communicating with different people. So whether that's maybe something on the level, I don't know, of like Makaton or sign language, or maybe some sort of communication, or anything to do with maybe speech and language or anything like that. But I do feel like you still continuing with a role in like the medical / care sector, but I do feel like you working more people to people rather than what you have been doing. Hopefully that makes sense this week, but again, work is something that keeps coming up for you, so I'd stick with it, with that one. Just kind of ride it out rather than try to push things along. Just see what happens, because I feel like at the minute things aren't meant to happen just yet, but it's kind of building up to what you should be doing. Laura got a feral toddler refusing to. Oh, bless you. Oh, well, I hope they settle for you soon. Jay, not been around much. I know it's been a while. How are you doing? Let me know. So a few of you on here as well. Right, I am gonna nip through. If I haven't seen your comment yet, then please do comment again. Don't be shy, because I am gonna try and get as many as I can. Right, Vicky, I've pulled you out. I'm just gonna scroll down and see who comes out. April, good evening to you. How are you doing? Right, Vicky, for you, let's do some. See how we get on. My mouth is getting dry, and that wine is literally, it's sat there. It's like, come to me. I've never had a wine on a live before. I'm only going to have the one glass, just to test the water. See how I go. I'm not a drunk, honestly. I'm not. But I thought, well, it's half term. It's not a school night, so why not? But I do have my don't drink and read thing, so I will not be drinking before I do any readings. So Vicky, for you, you've got the Page of Swords there. You've also got the Ten of Swords, and then you've got the Magician in reverse. Okay, for you, similarly, especially with these two, I do see some sort of study or training, but I feel like it's on a different level. I don't feel like it's to do with work or career based. I feel like this is very much for you and your self-growth, and for you kind of to feel better about you. With this one as well, I've pulled the Ten of Swords. This one is quite reminiscent of something that's kind of been waiting to happen is going to happen. So rather than something completely new, I'm just reading April's comments then. Love a gin in the afternoon. Oh, I love that. So with this one, yes, Vicky, for you, I feel like it's time that you kind of step into you. I feel like, I'm not sure how old your children are, but I feel like that all of them are of an age where they don't have to rely on you so much now. So this is kind of saying this is your time now. This is your time to step into kind of exploring things that you're going to enjoy, exploring, kind of growing on skills and things that you want to do for yourself, especially where the Magician card is concerned here. But what I will say is, I do feel for you, there's actually some sort of spiritual vibes going on here. But just to look at this one, what I will say is be very, very careful with jumping straight into things, because as you can see there, she's kind of grabbing the sword by the blade. And I feel like by jumping straight in and thinking, right, I'm going to do this, and this is, just be careful of where you get your information from and source of any training and whatnot, because I feel like there's something more specific that you should be doing. So don't just delve into a specific topic which you feel like you should be doing. I almost want to say something about mediumship, but that doesn't seem to sit quite right. And also what I would say to you is to kind of explore what the meaning is of a psychic and what the meaning is of a medium and how they differ, but also what other spiritual offerings are out there, whether it's healing, whether it's anything else. But I am seeing you coming more into this. I do feel like you've got something there, and I feel like you probably know it, but you're keeping it on the down low a bit. But this is saying to you, kind of have the confidence to step into it. Don't be afraid of doing anything, but just make sure that before you kind of jump headfirst in, to really do a bit of research before you commit to doing anything. But for you, I feel like this is a time for you of personal growth, to really grow into yourself and not to have that label of being mum or wife or anything else. This is time for Vicky to be Vicky, and you can be selfish now, because I feel like people around you are capable of looking after themselves and doing what needs to be done. But I think sometimes they just they rely on you too much, and I almost get the impression that you pander to that a bit too much as well. So maybe pulling back on what you do for other people and making some time and space for you doing some things for you as well. So that is for you, lovely. Having a look here. Sophie says, start a new job. Oh, there we go. That's what's going on with work then. Lovely. Right, I'm going to have a look. Right, Nikki, let's pull for you and we'll see what's going on there. Let's give them a shuffle. God, it's 9:30 already. Wow. It's gone fast. See, I just waffle. I waffle, but it's great fun. So once I've done these cards, I've got a couple of bits to show you. Well, I've got a lot of things to show you if you want to see them. But what I'll do first to keep Emily sweet, I will get the Lightseers Tarot out as well, because they are gorgeous. And I have got a little treat for you all. Right, okay, so Nikki, let's pull and see what we've got here. Obviously, if I don't get to you this week, I'm on every Tuesday night. So if I don't get you this week, I will do my best to get you next week. Okay, Nikki, so for you, you've got the 10 of Cups there. You've got the 9 of Wands. And then you've also got the 2 of Swords in reverse. Right, I feel like, especially with this one, going into family, where family is concerned, and where you've got that rainbow there as well, I'm very drawn into that area of some sort of need where children are related. And with this one, what I feel like is, don't worry too much on other people's opinion, because I feel like it's almost like a one word against another word where things are concerned, and that's almost stalling things. But with this one, it's saying that where I feel like support or maybe even education is concerned, this is saying about choosing one or the other and having to make a choice. But that doesn't have to be a scary choice, because I feel like both options are very, very good options. It's just a case of you doing what feels better for you. So there's no right or wrong in this. But what I will say here is I want to go back to September, October time, where this sort of stuff is concerned, especially around any education or any support here, because I feel like anything that had come up between September or October, I'm going to pull another card. I feel like it's almost been put to the bottom of the pile, or it's not been made a priority in which it should be. Yeah, so you've got the King of Swords in reverse there. So with this one, this is about having the confidence to kind of, because there, if you imagine those clouds at the bottom of the feet, that's saying in there that there's more to be discovered there, but it's easier to kind of uncover it than you think, and it'll be easier to get results and answers. But I just kind of feel like, I don't want to say it's laziness on people's part. I just feel like there's been so much going on. It's literally like it's been put to the bottom of a pile. So what I would say to you is to put yourself forward and kind of do the digging that needs to be done to get those answers. What I'm saying, you've got the confidence to do it, and honestly, it's going to be easier to get than what you expect. But again, it's just that kind of one word against another person's word. But I do feel like where the situation is concerned, you need to have a few different opinions and a few different inputs, because I feel like that one word against another, it's just going to clash. Whereas if you collate almost like a little portfolio as such of different bits that I'm hoping you know what I'm talking about here, but of different bits that you can put together to compile some sort of not a case, but something that you can put forward to say, right, this is actually what's gone on here. But you will have to take all this upon yourself. I feel like it's stuff that should have been done either for you, or you should have had more support in doing it. But I feel like lending to current circumstances with COVID and everything, it's not as straightforward as it should be. So this is saying a lot of the responsibility will fall to you. But I do feel like communication comes in here as well. Not for you, but I feel like in relation to the child here. Communication, but also I've got a really, really sore ear. I'd be very keen to find out if there's any communication troubles linked with any hearing trouble or any kind of like glue ear or anything like that. Anything going on there, because that could kind of cross over into what's going on, especially with any kind of speech and then the hearing stuff as well. But I've got a really, really bad pain in my left ear. So that may be something to consider there. So hopefully that kind of makes sense to you. I've tried to be kind of not airing everything in public, but hopefully that makes sense to you from what I've said there and can kind of help you out a bit. But if not, let me know, ping me a message and let me know that you knew where I was going with that one. So that's the trouble with doing the readings on the lives, is because obviously I can only say so much because I don't want to air out everyone's business, but I want to give you enough so it's going to give you guidance. It's not just going to leave you hanging. I'm not going to say, oh, this is coming into your life, but if you want to know more, book a reading with me. Like it's not how I work. It's not, some people do, but I'd rather tell you something that you can take now, even if it is a bit cryptic, because I'm trying to be private for you. But then that is the joy of having a private session, is that we can just openly talk about anything that you want and anything that comes up without kind of prying ears, so to speak. Nikki says, it definitely makes so much sense. Thank you. Oh, bless you. You are so, so welcome. Let's have a look through. Vicky says, me and Charlotte were just having a conversation about reading cards. It's something I thought about. Ah, there you go. Well, you're in luck because I've got some cards in stock that I can show you tonight. So there we go. Jessie got her throat crystals last week. Oh, amazing. Oh, I'm so glad they came. Oh, bless. I'm so, so pleased. And thank you so much for, I think you were one of my first customers, Jessie. You were one of the first people that ordered from the shop. So thank you so, so much. Let's have a look at, okay, I'm going to do a few. Right, Harpreet, your name has come out here. I feel like I need to go for you. And then I'll do a few more and see how I go. Oh, bless you, Nikki. You're very, very welcome. Okay, so Harpreet for you, lovely. I haven't seen much of you lately. You've been quiet. Let me know how you're doing. Well, you're feeling low, but otherwise, let me know. Hopefully you've been okay. Be very quiet. So there we go. Okay, right, Harpreet for you. So you've got the Hanged Man there. You've got the Three of Swords in reverse, and then you have got the Queen of Pentacles. So Harpreet for you, what this is telling me is I feel like, especially with this one, you have been put into a situation where something is not your fault, but I feel like you're being made to feel like you were the one in the wrong, or somehow that blame has been passed on to you, or maybe you're feeling responsible for something either not happening or not going wrong. There's almost like a feeling of pointing the finger at you and feeling like you're to blame. But I want to tell you that you are not to blame, not at all. And here with the Three of Swords, what I can see in this one for you is that it's not been an easy ride for you. And especially, I want to go into work for you as well. There is more to come for you in work. And I feel like you need to be stepping up the ladder in work. But again, it's just like kind of, it's like one thing after another, just put in, almost like here, put in, no, there, put in a knife in it. Like you take a step up and then it's a step back and then a step up. And it's just, I feel like you're not getting the credit and the appreciation in work as you should be getting. But what I do want to say to you here is I feel like it is coming. Okay, this one, you've got your little rabbit down here. So this is giving me round about Easter time. This is saying to me that you will have a position within work which you will feel more comfortable and you'll be more appreciated, and it will be more of a solid, stable workspace. I know your role at the minute is quite a solid and stable role, but I feel like for you it's a more superior position, but in a way that I feel like the other people around you at work aren't going to be bothering you, especially the people around you right now. I feel like you're going to be maybe moving into a different sector within the same place, or maybe a different actual branch. I'm not sure. But there's definitely changes coming for you there. And this is saying to me, especially with that heart chakra in there, this is you kind of getting not a reward. This is you getting what you've worked for, what you've earned, and what is rightfully yours, because I feel like someone has kept knocking you back, and especially with this one, they've made you feel like shit. And I can see it in there. And what I want to say to you, whether it's work, whether it's home life, whether it's anything else, especially with this Hangman card, do not feel guilt for not being able to do anything, or not being able to help someone, or not being able to do. I just feel like you're placing too much pressure on yourself, and you need to just and just remind yourself that what you are doing is enough, and everything that you do is always enough, Harpreet, because I know that when you give and when you help people, you do it wholeheartedly with your whole self. So anything that you do for anyone, any effort you put in, it is enough. And if they can't see that that is enough to appreciate that, then that is their problem. That is not your problem. It's not on you. So what I want to say to you is to just kind of stick to your guns. You do you. Don't worry too much about pleasing other people, because there's always going to be people out there that are not happy. There'll always be people out there that are not happy with what you're doing, or they want to whinge or criticize or say things. But Harpreet, you are wonderful just the way you are, and I promise you that. So do not let these people run you down. Oh, bless you. Oh, don't cry. Oh, lots and lots of love to you. Honestly, you be beautifully you, and if people can't see that, then okay. So that is for you. Okay, and wipe those tears and put on a smile and be the beautiful Harpreet that you are. Okay, that's for you. Aisha, you're here. Hello. That's all right. Don't worry if you're a bit late. Right, so let's have a look and see. Okay, right. April, let's pull for you. I'm gonna do 3 more, okay, and then that's me. On that wine, it's like give me come hither eyes. It's like, and I've been on for nearly an hour, and it's been sat there staring at me. So I've been a good girl. So let's have a look, and then after this, I've got a few things to talk about and to tell you and to waffle on and to ask you as well. So I'm going to be asking some questions. Okay, right, that one's come out. Right, so April for you. Okay, so April, all of yours are upside down. So you've got the Queen of Cups in reverse, you've got Judgment in reverse, and you've got the 5 of Wands in reverse. Okay, what I want to say to you is I would maybe look at how you're seeing things here. And I almost feel like there's been things going on around you that you've maybe taken to heart or seen negatively, or something's not sitting quite right with you. But what I'm seeing here is actually things are different to what they appear, and things aren't quite black and white here. So I would kind of reassess before you jump in and kind of point the finger at anyone, or you think that someone's trying to say something to you in a negative way, because I do feel like there is another side to it, or there's another way in which I feel like there's people maybe trying to help or to give you some sort of advice or support. But it's almost like looking at these ones, I feel like you're creating a distance between you and someone else, and I feel like you maybe have a negative view of this person, but actually they're only trying to do good by you. Let's have a look here and see. Okay, yeah, that one. So in this one as well, so especially I'm very much drawn to women around you and any kind of female energies, whether that's family, friends, or any other females around you that are kind of you're feeling this vibe from, because I feel like you've kind of got either a barrier up, or you think that there's some sort of hidden agenda there. But what I want to say to you is, especially with this 5 of Wands here, people are not against you. And I just want to kind of say to you, don't feel like the world is out to get you at the minute, because I feel like there are people out there that do want to support you, that do want to kind of offer help. Maybe they've not expressed it in the right way, or maybe their words aren't quite said properly. I think in this sense, kind of maybe taking any words of advice with a pinch of salt. And I almost feel like it's coming from maybe an older female who the way in which she says and does things is very like almost cutthroat, and that she'll just say it how it is. And I feel like for you, it does put pressure on you because it's making you feel kind of like, oh, well, if she's telling me that, she must think I'm not doing a good job of this. And I get the impression it's almost like your motherhood is being threatened a little bit here. But just take that with a pinch of salt. Don't take it to heart, because I feel like there's just the best intentions there. There you go. Yeah. So when people are offering you help, allow yourself to take it, because I feel like you could do with a break. I definitely want to tap into kind of that mother side of you. And obviously we all need a break at the minute with lockdown and everything, but I just feel like there is support there for you. It's just kind of because that wall is up, you're just kind of almost keeping it at arm's length, but take it if you can. Can you of course you can. Yeah, absolutely. Please do feel free to, if anyone as well, if you get a reading here on the live and you do want to kind of message to ask anything or to just kind of double check, please do feel free. Obviously I'm not going to give you like a whole hour-long session, but if there's anything like you want to ask that's a bit more private, then by all means please do feel free to pop me a message. So let's have a look and see. Okay, Sam, just need one question answered. Oh, do you want to ask the question, or do you want me to see if I can pick up what the question is? Let me know. In the meantime, I'm going to pull. Right, okay, Jessie, let's pull for you and see. And then I'll do a couple more and see what we got here. Okay. All right. That's what. Yeah, no problem. Absolutely, message me, April. You're more than welcome to inbox me. Okay, so Jessie, for you, you've got the Queen of Cups in reverse. You've got the Ten of Swords in reverse, and you've also got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. For me, I feel like this is very much focused on you work-wise, and this one here, it's saying to you that what you have been waiting on and what you've been planning is coming around. Okay, it is getting closer to that time. But I feel like for here, for some reason, I don't know if you're either pulling back or you're maybe kind of distancing yourself or talking yourself out of a certain element of it. But what I want to say is go for it. Okay, because here as well, it's telling me that at the minute you should be kind of shouting from the rooftops about all the stuff that you're going to be moving forward into doing and all of this exciting things, but for some reason you're not shouting about it and you're not putting it out there, and it's almost like a tiny little bit of fear of commitment to yourself and what you're going to do. And what I want to say to you, lovely, is to just take that leap of faith, to know that what you are doing is aligned with you and it is aligned with what you're meant to be doing. Especially with these two cards here, heart chakra is coming through so much, and that is saying that it's aligned with what's in here. And I think if anything, it's just ego is taken over and it's telling you not to do this, or this isn't going to work, or you should do this differently, and blah blah blah. Don't let ego get in there, even though it is in there. But kind of move forward with kind of that soul space, what feels right for you, and what you know you should be doing, because I feel like you've laid out the plans to do it. It's almost like you've just been kind of running full pelt, and all of a sudden, you know, like in the cartoons when they stop and it's like, and then like a puff of smoke, and then you're just like, and then you've got that kind of chance to take in a breath, but then you're looking around you and it's like almost like panic setting because you've come so far and you're just like, oh shit, like, what do I do? So what I want to say to you is, do not talk yourself out of moving forward into doing things that you know you should be doing, because I feel that you are so close, like literally so close. I feel like in the next month you can be doing this thing, even if it's just starting it off or just getting the first little bits in place. You can be doing it literally the next 4 weeks, I would say. So don't shy away from it and step into what you have been planning and what you know that you should be doing. And this is just kind of like a confirmation to kind of give you the yes to make sure that you do it. Let's have a look and see. Okay, so Sam is keen for me to pick it up. Okay, right, let's have a look. Let's see what you can get. Oh, I feel nervous. I feel like I'm doing a test. Okay, let's have a look and see. Right, I'm going to pull a couple more afterwards and then I'll go from there. So I'll pull I've got Vicky and then Kate afterwards, and Aisha, I'll pull one for you. Okay, so Sam, for you. Right, Sam, I'm very drawn into work or study / training for you, whether this is what you've got in mind, but this is what's come up. You've got the Knight of Swords there, you've got the Page of Swords, and then you've got Judgment there. So those two are in reverse. I feel like there's almost like some sort of training or something that you need to do to move up work-wise, but I feel like it's not necessary. Or something that you've been asked to do, any kind of paperwork, training, courses, anything like that. I feel like it's not necessary for you, and this is going to take away from what you should be doing. And also with this one, I'm very keen to kind of say, seeing there where she's like holding the blade of the sword rather than the handle, I feel like you're so focused on this needs to be done, this needs to be done. You need to look at the end result. So whether this work-wise is linked in with what you're asking me, or whether it's something else, I feel like the advice from this is to look more into it rather than just agreeing and saying, yeah, I'll do that. I think you need to look more into it, because there is either small print or there's something else, or there's something that's not quite as promised, especially here looking at this Judgment in reverse. So what I would say to you is, especially with this one as well, I'm picking up third eye, and I want to go into saying trust your intuition. I feel like you've already got a feeling about whether you should or shouldn't be doing it, or whether it's going to be what you've expected it to be. I also feel like I want to say to you, do not be afraid to say no to people. You don't have to be a yes person all the time. And because I feel like for you, it's almost like looking at this card here, if it was animated, seeing this bird soaring up to the sky, but then all of a sudden it just really kind of, it goes so far and it'll be like, ugh. So it makes sense for work with questions heart-based. Okie doke. So I feel like I want to say to you, whatever the subject is, things are not quite as they appear. And I do get the feeling of something being a bit too good to be true. So I would, there's not to say that it's a bad thing, but I would just make sure that you're clear on what's actually going on, like for real, because I feel like there's a bit of a facade there, or maybe some false promises, or things are maybe painted to be much better than what they actually are or will be. So what I would say is to not just dive headfirst into things, actually take things into account, and don't be afraid to pick at things. Don't be afraid to ask the questions that you want to ask, because at the end of the day, if you're asking the questions and these people are getting shitty with you, then that's alarm bells going there. Otherwise, if they're happy to answer the questions and to be transparent, then I would move forward with things, but still kind of err on the side of caution there. So that is for you, lovely. There we go. Oh, thank you, Jessie. So Jessie says amethyst is the crystal most known to help with sleep. Lavender and cedarwood essential oils too. Sam, that makes sense. You're an absolute. Oh, bless you. You're very, very welcome. So talking of the lavender and cedarwood, I've actually got. Where's it at? Oh, they're over there. I'll show you them in a minute. I have got some incense in that is good for that. And I've got some lavender bits, and I have got the lavender spray, which I will come to and show you when I get to my shop stuff. Right, I'm going to do a couple more. Right, I've got, all right, let's see, where are they at? Where have they gone? Right, Vicky, for you. Okay, I'm going to write a note. Where's it at? I will turn my ticker off, actually. But I'm going to do, right, I've got, right, Vicky, Kate, then Aisha, and then Catherine, I'll pull for you, and then that's my lot. So I'm going to turn the ticker off, but let's have a, right, how do I, where's it at? There we go. Okay, so that ticker's not, so I'll do 4 more now, but I've got the names down, so that'll be me for readings for the evening. There you go. Sam says always use smoky quartz for sleep, knocks me out straight away. There we go. So actually, so for essential oils and whatnot, actually Sam and Jessie are both essential oil queens. So if you want to know anything to do with oils, ask either of those 2 ladies. Also Leslie Anthony, who is my crystal lady, who is working with me in my shop as well. She sends out some of the stock. I have got some bits here. She is fab for crystal knowledge as well. I've got a fair knowledge of crystals, but Sam's very good at her crystals as well. So let's have right. So who have I got first? Right, Vicky, for you. Okay. Oh, your name's up already. Okie dokie. So let's take a little look and see what's going on. I've got quite a few watching tonight, actually. I think this is the most I've had watching in one go, so it's good. I feel like I'm getting popular. So there we go. Okay, so I've been on an hour, so that's not bad going. And that wine's been sat there, like whispering to me. Okay, so Vicky, for you, you've got the High Priest in reverse. You've got the World in reverse, and then you have got the Ace of Cups in reverse as well. So I feel like for you, I'm very drawn for you to say to go back to something, something that you've been considering or looking into, or something that was perhaps, I've got like a childlike energy, perhaps something from your childhood that's either been calling to you, or something that when you were younger as a child that you always wanted to do, but you've never quite done it. So what I want to say to you is it's as if this opportunity is coming round again for you to be able to do it. And especially with the Ace of Cups there, that freshness of that opportunity coming. But with the World, I'm very, very much drawn to going back to old ideas rather than trying to come up with something completely new. But I've just pulled for you the Two of Swords there. So this one's giving me like you're kind of between choices. Do you do this one or do you do that one? And I feel like choosing one at a time, and it doesn't need to be this or that, because I feel like you can do both and they can work together in harmony. But I feel like just kind of which one will you do first? So it's not yes, this one and not this one. But okay, get your so which one is good to start now that can lead into you prospectively doing the other one a little bit down the line. So I would say here as well, because going back into like this childhood kind of thing, I feel like as well at some point someone said to you, oh, you can't do that, or you shouldn't be doing that. But this is your chance to show those people, actually, yeah, I can do that, and I will do it, and I will do it well. So what I want to say to you is over the next 5 months, I feel, is a time for you to be building and adding to something. It's stuff that you've already got on the go that you can do, but building and adding to, I feel like you've got an inkling of what's already there. It's just having that confidence to go forward and do it. But also I feel like there's communication that needs to happen here. You need to have a chat with certain people that either you need to associate with or that needs to kind of be in it with you. I don't see you going into collaboration as such, but I just feel like there's communications that need to take place for you to be able to move forward and do what it is you're going to do. But what I'll say to you is it's not just a pipe dream from your childhood. If there's anything that's sat there that's kind of been bubbling and you've been contemplating it, this is me saying to you, go for it and do it, because you can do it and you absolutely should do it. So that is for you, lovely. Oh, I like the sound of this. Bless you. Let's have a look. Okie dokie. Right, so I've got, right, Vicky. So Kate, you're next on my list. Where are you gone? There you are. Okay, so and then I've got Kate, then Aisha, then Catherine, and then that is me on readings for the night. And I've got lots of other bits to show and tell. Oh, goodness me. Whew. I can tell I've been blabbing too much because I'm getting an achy jaw. Right. Okie dokie. Right, Kate, for you, I've got the Ace of Swords here. I've got Justice in reverse, and I have got the Star also in reverse. So this one's giving me, I want to jump straight into that spirit connection here. And I know that you already know that spirit connection is there and who that is around you. But that's just saying, I think this is going to reinforce what's given here in your reading. This one's saying I can't even speak, saying to you that transition is coming and it's okay to cut that cord. But it's saying like it's a good thing for you. So don't see it as a negative thing. You've got that sword there, you've got all the butterflies around it, all this positive energy. So while it seems like a negative thing and you're cutting the cord, actually looking at this one, this Justice in reverse, going for the option that's kind of the one that seems the negative or the not good or the worrying option, I feel like this is the one to go with. And I feel like you know in yourself that this is a decision to make. However, it's kind of like that fear of change. So it's saying step outside of your comfort zone. I feel like you already know what's going on moving forward, and it's got for you here that transition is coming. But this one over the next 9 weeks, I think that's your time frame. So the next 9 weeks would be taking March, April, May. Yeah, around May time. I feel like that's going to be between now and then. Things are going to shift for you. But saying here to go down the route, the one that kind of worries you and gives you a bit of fear, it's going to unexpectedly turn out better than what you have imagined or what you thought it would be. So just have faith in yourself to kind of do what needs to be done and go for it. And with this card here, it's kind of like that person in spirit. It's like they're saying to you, I'm here with you and I'm supporting you, and you already know that they're around you. And it's kind of that confirmation that you are doing the right thing. So hopefully that puts you at ease and it gives you a bit more guidance there as well. Vicky, you are very, very welcome. Right, okay, so then next we've got Aisha as well. So I've got 2 more. Well, Aisha's reading and Catherine, and that is me not doing any more readings tonight, but I have got lots more treats for you. But don't forget, if you do want to book a full one-to-one with me, you can do it right there on the website. So you can book either a 30-minute or a 60-minute, or you can just book one that goes straight into your inbox and you don't even have to speak to me. It's lovely to speak to you, obviously, but if you do want one that's just kind of, you just do it and it pings over when it's ready, then that option's there. Okay, so Aisha, for you, I have got, hang on, let me pull your name up so I remember it's yours. Where have you gone? Where are you, woman? Okay, right, so you said, can I get one to see if the card is still blue? Well, the first card that I've pulled out, there we go. So, need I say anything else? That is there. But also aside from that, what I've got here is there's you with your pregnant belly. And what I kind of said to you before about that family dynamic of things kind of not quite sitting right and things being a bit of an illusion with that family dynamic. But what I will say to you is in this one, with 7 of Pentacles, this is giving me July. Don't feel like you need to just do something because it's what you feel like you're supposed to do, or like to do what you're told to do. With this one, I don't know, maybe this is linked into what we were chatting about the other night. But this is saying to me, round about July, don't be afraid to break the rules, is what I want to say on that one. But this one, I feel like this one links in here with Nathan and going away and whatnot. But what I feel like on this one, it's all interlinked. So to do with like obviously the pregnancy and the family dynamic. But yeah, I think the answer for that one, there's a blue there, and I'm gonna I would put money on it. I really, really would. So there we go. They'll think I'm going nuts. Well, we'll see when the big event happens. But honestly, I'm still team blue. Still team blue. Oh, there we go. Aisha says, oh, thank you. So there's a lot of you actually. If you're here watching and you have had a private one-to-one reading with me, comment and let me know what you thought of it. Let the other people, let the other beautiful ladies know what you think. Because I don't just want to kind of big myself up, obviously. Otherwise I'd look like a bit of an asshole, to be honest. But if you have had a reading from me and you do want to put like a little mini testimonial / review in there, please do feel free. It feeds my ego a little bit, but it does let other people know that I am nice and pretty good at what I do. So that's that. The last one I'm going to pull, last card, is going to be for Catherine, and then I have got some goodies to show, and I have got some codes for you as well. Okay, so Catherine, for you, what I've got here is I've got the 2 of Wands here, I've got the 4 of Cups in reverse, and then I've got the World there as well. So what I want to say to you, Catherine, is things are going to get easy for you, especially over the next 2 months. I feel like it's kind of, you've been like this one, you've been waiting on something and waiting and kind of, I feel like this is you're getting to a point where you can actually feel happy with. I want to come to this one. Okay, this one's like that grandmother and grandchild one going on there, and I feel like it's kind of, this is you, that reuniting, and it's saying to you here, you've stayed strong and you've held in, but for you, that connecting back in with family, especially grandchildren, is coming up. It's coming very, very soon. And especially with this one, I want to go into your kind of your emotions and your mental health and how you've been, because I feel like being disconnected has really run you down, because you are a home bird, you are a family woman, and I just feel like things are going to get better for you. So if you're feeling a bit shit at the minute, if you're kind of, especially if you're achy as well, like that warmer weather is coming, I feel like that connection with family is coming, that's going to kind of really lift your spirits. And without kind of sounding cheesy and cliche, like literally like better days are coming for you. Because looking at this one, it seems like things haven't been easy for you lately. I know they haven't been easy for any of us, but especially with, like, for you recently, you have been through a bit of a shit time, and I can see that you have struggled there. So just kind of hang on there that tiny bit longer, because over the next 2 months, things are going to get much better and much easier for you, and you are going to feel like your emotions and your sense of self is going to be really lifted there. Oh, bless you. Oh, I love you. Like, Laura's amazing. I had a 1-to-1 last year, chakra healing, best ever. So wonderful, intuitive and straight on. So grateful. Oh, you're making me blush. So that is me on my cards for the night. Right, let me just, I'm gonna savor this first sip. I've done well. I have held off for what, an hour and 10-15 minutes, and it's been sat there. Oh, that's good. That is good. That is really good. Okay, so getting into what I was going to tell you about. Emily, let me know if you're still here and you're still watching, because I've got these bad boys to show you. Hopefully you've seen what I showed you then, otherwise that would have sounded a bit suspect. So what I am going to say, though, I'm going to pull this up. So I have done on the website, I've been tinkering on there today, and actually I have put a little discount code on there which is active right now. So if you want to get into the shop, you can go on there and you can use the code cards15, and that will take 15% off all of the card decks that are in stock, which I am going to show you right now. You have all 4 grand. Oh, amazing. Oh, Catherine, oh, bless you. Oh, that's fab. Yay. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, so with this one, this one is the Lightseers Tarot, and literally I only got this deck last week, but F me, they are amazing. They're so gorgeous. So I did a bit of a product photo shoot earlier, so I have uploaded some me pictures instead of stock pictures on there. Okay, so yay, Emily, you're still watching. So these ones, so the Knight of Cups, check him out. Like, isn't he a cool looking kind of guy? So that's the Knight of Cups on these. Then you've got, there we go, the Queen of Swords there. So these are really gorgeous cards. So these ones are the Lightseers Tarot, and they come with the guidebook as well. So that's strength there, that little lamb. I'm trying to think, is there any particular card you want to see, Emily? I can pull it out. Got a Knight of Swords there. That's quite a funky looking one. So they've got like a real modern feel to them. Really modern feel. But I like them. I really like them. Like that one. I love that card. Look at the lovers on there. So these are really gorgeous. And actually what I'll do, I'm going to do a screen share. I'll bring it up on here. Right, screen share. So if you go on to, here we are. Right, I'm still in the corner. If you go onto the chakra shop on here on the website, I'll put the link in the comments, but if you do go on the website, you can just find it in the menu tab. Scroll down, you can click Tarot and Oracle decks, and it will take you on to here. Okay, so see all the new pictures. I did a little photo shoot, so you'll have to let me know what you think of all the pictures I've put on there. So you've got the Lightseers Tarot. That is $18.49 for the deck. Let's click them. Okay, so they are, honestly, they're gorgeous. You've got a little message inside the box as well. comes with the guidebook. So they're 18.49. So let me see, because my maths is pretty crap, to be honest. If I take 15% off, then they will be. I should just have a feeling it's not like pretty confident. Oh yeah, the star card and the lovers. Oh, I'll find the star's actually a really, really nice card. I'll find that one for you. So what did it say it was? 18.49. 18.49. Take away 15%. So that takes them down to £15.71. So if you pop in that code cards15, that'll take down £15.71, and that's a Light Seers Tarot. If I find the star for you, let's have a look and see what we can find. The star is really, really beautiful. It's like a girl holding a balloon. Oh my God. Hang on. Let me make me big a minute. I've not seen this one yet. Look, death, and it's got rebirth as well. I love that. How cool is that? Oh my God. Oh, look at that Six of Cups. How adorable is that? How gorgeous is this deck? I love that. See, I've not, because I haven't properly worked with them, I haven't had a chance to look all the way through them, but they are amazing. The star, there we go. How lovely is that one? It's like a little dream card. So those ones, if you use the code cards15, that'll take it down to about £15 for you for that deck, which is an absolute bloody bargain, because the RRP from the wholesalers, I have done them less than the RRP from what the wholesalers has recommended, so you should be able to get them cheaper than where you can. But obviously you've said you can only get them in the US, so you can definitely get them on my shop. And I've got two. Oh no, I haven't got 3. I've only got 2 in stock, so definitely ping on and get them if you want them. Then next up, is there any other cards anyone wants me to show off and to show you? I've got hang on, let me bring that one up again. Oh, there's a okay, that's good. I can do that now. If I go back, here we go. So next you've got the Goddess Power cards. They are absolutely gorgeous. These are and the Crystal Spirits. They're both Colette Baron Reid ones, which they are pricier. It's £27.49 each, but they are gorgeous cards. They're quite big as well. But £27.49. So if I take that, I'll tell you how much they are. So the Crystal Oracle ones I will get out for you in a sec. So what did I say? They were £27.49. Take away 15% equals, so that takes them down to £23.36. So that's not bad at all actually for that deck, because actually the Goddess Power deck retails, well, wholesalers told me to retail it at £29.99. So £23.36 for the Goddess Power and the Crystal Spirits one. So Crystal Spirits I've got right here. I'll show you these. I've got lots more to talk about as well, not just showing you my cards. So please don't leave. Hang on in there, because my numbers have dropped now. You just want me for the freebies? No, I'm joking, I promise. What I will say though is, I don't know if you've seen on the website, there is tarot scopes that are like £3 something, or £3 thereabouts. Any orders on the website for £10 or over, placed from, well, today and tomorrow, you'll get an email afterwards giving you a discount code for a free tarot scope as well. So if any order is placed over £10, you'll get that free tarot scope. So the Crystal Spirits one, Pat's asked to have a look at. So these ones, yes, the Light Seers deck. That is so there they are. Gorgeous. So Pat, you've asked to see the Crystal Spirits Oracle. These are absolutely beautiful cards. And again, they'll be down to about £23 with that discount on. So you've got there's Celestite there. So these are all obviously crystal cards. You've got Spessartine Garnet. It's a mouthful. So there's that one there. These are really, really gorgeous. If you're into your crystals and you like working with crystal energy, you've got Aquamarine. Oh, pretty light. Aquamarine there. You've got Citrine on that one. I've done that one already. Blue Lace Agate on there. I know quite a few of you said you were a fan of Blue Lace Agate, so that's there. There you go. Alex is asking, how did you get into readings? Oh, let me indulge. So basically, I've always been a bit of a weirdo, if I'm being honest. But it wasn't till about I was the age of 18 that I realised why I was a weirdo. So let me just hide that for a minute. So I was because I grew up, my dad's in the army, so I grew up in a military family and moved around a lot and here, there and everywhere. And I always kind of tapped into different stuff, and I could see and hear and feel different things. But it wasn't until I was about 18 and I was working on camp, and there was a wives night where they had a psychic lady had come in to do card readings, and I was only working there, but it was really quiet. It was just the lady sat at the table. So they said, oh, come on over. So the lady doing the cards had sort of like, she pulled one for me and she goes, oh, you do this, you know? And I was like, do I? I've never had cards before. And she said, no, you've been doing it for a long time, but you just haven't realized. But she sort of said to me to get into practicing and doing it. So I did. And I got this deck of cards, my good old buddies. You can see how old and scammy they are. And I started practicing. And to start with, I kind of pull them just for fun. I'd start pulling them for myself. And then I'd always recommend don't start out to pull them for yourself, because that's a really, really shit way to start learning how to read the cards. Because what happens then is ego takes over and you start to tell yourself, oh, that's not right. So then I started just pulling cards for friends, and it was almost like a little novelty that I pull cards and they'd be accurate. And it went from there. I kind of did more and more card readings, and it was just doing them for friends. And then someone was like, oh, you should charge for them. So I started charging £5 a reading, and I was getting loads and loads of good reviews. And then eventually I just kind of worked myself up, and I got to a point that I was charging quite good prices, but it was in a different capacity to what I do now. And I was literally like a little conveyor belt of readings, and I was doing probably about 10 readings, if not more, a week. And it was just ridiculous. And it was burning me out, because I was doing all this prediction readings, and I was doing it because people were coming to me because I was fairly cheap in comparison to others. And it was kind of like, oh, we'll see if she's any good. And because I was doing the mediumship at the time as well, which I don't do anymore. I can do it, but I just don't do it. And it was just kind of a weight of people just testing me, just coming to see if I was any good, or just coming just for a laugh, just to see what it's like. And I was given these predictions, and it was fun while it lasted. But then I was thinking, well, I'm not making any real change to these people's lives. It's just like going to see a good movie and having a bit of fun, and then that's that. You forget about it. But then I got to a point where it really, really did. It burnt me out, and I felt like absolute shit. And I could not do any more readings. So I was at a peak as well at this point, and I just completely stopped. I stopped doing readings altogether. I cancelled any that I had in, and I took nearly about 2 years I didn't do readings for. And then I got back into, I actually started going to Catherine's yoga classes, and I got really into yoga, and I began to find me again, but on a different energy level. So rather than just being the girl that reads cards, the psychic medium, which I hate it. I hate that tag. No offense to anyone out there who does say that they are a psychic medium, but I hate calling me a psychic medium, because that's not what I am. I did actually put a post on a little while ago on my page. It's called, I think it says something about like, I'm not an egg, I'm an omelette. And that does put into perspective, like, yes, I do have the skills of a psychic medium, but what I do is a lot more. So I do kind of deeper energy work. I do healing. I do female empowerment. I do a lot of kind of guidance rather than just prediction. And with me doing it this way, like, the energy balance is right and it fits a lot better. And kind of, I do the meditation as well. I help other people tap into doing readings and how they can grow. And also I am gonna shamelessly blab on about it, because I want you all to be a member. So my soul circle, in that you get a whole library of content, and not only the library of content, but you do get free access to my Unlock, Empower, Transform program, which is I put together to help people. It includes meditation, but I put it together to help people start from basically zero, to work their way up, to be able to communicate in with higher energies, to communicate in with spirit guides, to communicate with their self, kind of their higher self, and then to begin to kind of take in that intuitive information, but then also to connect in with any spirit and whatnot as well, because you'd be working on that higher frequency. So that is there. It's kind of, if you are in my soul circle, you've got my full meditation library at your disposal, but you've also got that Unlock, Empower, Transform course that is going to take you up in your intuitive journey to kind of help you tap into more energies. April says, connect me with God. Oh, bless you. Oh, lots of love to you. Oh, bless you. Alex, do you think it's something you're born with? Okay, so with this one, oh, I love a juicy topic like this. I love it. See, Pat says it's the best money I spend every month. I love being in the soul circle. I'm glad. I want everyone to love being in the soul circle. Well, everyone does love being in the soul circle, but I want you to come into it and love it. So the answer to this question, so yes, everybody is born with it. So when we are born, up until about the age of 6, our brain works on theta waves. And that's the frequency in which we can receive more intuitive or higher information. So like when you're meditating, when you're working intuitively, theta waves is like a frequency that is best to work with, especially like things with hypnosis and whatnot. And like when you're doing like the past life regression. So with the theta waves, that's the frequency on which we can receive. And that kind of stays with us until about age 6. So that also explains why children are more susceptible to either tapping into past lives and remembering things, or whether it's kind of seeing spirits or just knowing things. This is why children are so susceptible. But then after around the age of about 6, we begin to work more on a beta frequency, which is where our logical mind kicks in, and it begins to we get that loss of information. So it's kind of more people that are able to stay on that theta frequency or to tap into it and to explore it, because I feel like everyone does have the ability to do it. I feel like some people can access that frequency more readily, and obviously if you're a child and you do it more and it's just kind of more evolved, but everyone does have the ability to tap into their intuition, to connect in with higher energies, to connect in with their guides. Everyone is able to. It's just a case of the way we are conditioned when we grow up, or the way that we live our lives has influence on what we actually do, how we access it, and how our brain works, because there is a science to it as well. And I'm not a kind of an expert on metaphysics or anything like that, but there is an actual science to how our brain works and receives that information. So everyone is born with it, but yeah, you can definitely develop it with self-education and practice, and it does take practice. So your intuition is like a muscle. So you imagine, like, if you're training your arms, you want your arms to be stronger and musclier. You go to the gym, you practice and you work out. You're not just going to think, right, I want to be muscly, and then the next day these big biceps appear. It is something that you need to practice on. You need to work on it, and in time a lot of it really is confidence and trust in yourself. Because quite often we do receive this information, but we doubt what we're getting, and we'll doubt the information that we're receiving here as well. And I get lots of people saying to me, oh, I keep thinking or picking up on this. Do you think it's such and such? And the biggest thing I would say to you is to trust in yourself. But also, if you are looking to step up and to really tune into things, is to journal. Journaling is so important to do if you are looking into growing your intuition, because it gives you validation, and it helps you to really trust in yourself. So journaling, put dates on everything as well. Absolutely date things, because that's how you get your validation. If something crops into your head and you think, oh, no, surely not, write it in your journal. Even if you're doubting it, write it in your journal and put a date on it, of the date of when you think it. And then, like so far in the future, you think, I'm sure I thought that. You can go back into your journal and you've got that confirmation that says there, like, well, yeah, I did think it. And then that just builds your confidence, and just doing that over time. But obviously in the soul circle, if you do want to join, because I do have some big news about that, which is coming. And if you're on my email list, you will have had that news, which I'll get to in a minute. Teresa says, I do love the soul circle, need to explore it more. You do. So in the soul circle, you get a whole hub of information. You've got a Facebook group, you've got Discord for chatting to the other members, but there's a whole online hub where you can get on, and there's like the meditation library, there's loads of content. I'm working on another workbook to go in there that's like included within, and you get loads and loads of stuff on there. I'll play the advert again in a bit. Catherine, bless you. Yes, you go and get some sleep and get your head down and get the rest that you need. Lots and lots of love to you. Cat, my intuition about people around me is always right. How about myself? I think that's ego, because we already know ourselves so well. So when we hear something that comes into our mind that doesn't quite fit with what we want to believe, it's hard to argue with that. Whereas when it's about other people, it's easier because we don't always know things about other people. And especially when I read for others, the less I know about someone, the better it is, because for me to know things makes it harder for me to read. And that's why I absolutely, like, some people cold fish and they read and they scam, and I absolutely hate that. And what bugs me, I'll tell you what really, really, really grips my shit, right, is on Facebook, someone will say, can anyone recommend a psychic medium? And you get all these people commenting saying, oh, they should already know that you're looking for them, or, oh, don't waste your money, it's a load of shit. And they just slate it, and it's stuff that they don't even understand, and it really, really gets on my nerves. And I'm a big believer in, if it's something that you don't understand, do not cast a view on it, learn about it, or leave it be and walk away. Because I think there's so many people that are really quick to judge the spiritual side of things and all that goes on. But I feel like it's just them jumping on a bandwagon of naysayers, which just, it bugs me. Alex, have some more cards, but they look so witchy, I'm scared to touch them in case I summon something by accident. Oh, bless you. What I would say is get yourself some sage, which you can also buy in my shop. But no, get yourself some sage, or even just a white candle, and you can cleanse it. Do a cleanse, obviously sage it. So what I would do is I would light my sage. I would get my box and I would kind of do all of this and set my intentions and whatnot. And then the similar with the candle, obviously make sure you don't set it on fire, but you can cleanse with the light from a white candle. You can also sound cleanse as well. So I've got singing bowls and tincture symbols, but you can cleanse with sound by clapping, which is something that not many people know. So I would get them out. If they don't feel right to you, though, maybe it's worth getting a pack of cards that do feel right. But also, so you've got tarot cards and then you've got oracle. So the difference between them is, what I would say is, like, tarot is like the friend that doesn't sugarcoat shit. Tarot is the friend that's going to be like, girl, you're in trouble. This is what you got to do. Okay. Tarot is the one that kind of tells you what you got to do to get shit done. Tarot does not mess about. Whereas with oracle is like your friend that's going to tell it to you gently, and it's going to give you that really higher peace and love feeling of guidance with the oracle. So it depends. I read from both, but obviously if I want to have a clearer kind of what's coming for me, what's going to be ahead, more of like a prediction based guidance, then I would go for tarot. Whereas if I want like a from the heart or from higher energy guidance, I would go for the oracle. So it just kind of depends where you feel pulled to, really, with that ones. But also with the oracle, with all the cards, so don't forget to use as well, if you want to get on there, and you can use that code cards15. So we've got on there is the angels and ancestors ones, which is right here. I'm not going to bore you by going through all of them, but you've got that one by Kyle Gray. They're quite a good pack for starting for oracle. If you haven't had oracle cards before, a lot of people opt for this pack to begin with, so that's quite a popular one. But then obviously I've got the goddess oracle and all of that, but shit the bed, I've got something else to tell you as well. So my new stock that come in, oh hang on, Emily popped a clear quartz on my aunt's old deck and sage. Yes, crystals are a great way to clear as well. So obsidian and black tourmaline are very, very good for kind of clearing negative energies or keeping negativity away. So I've showed you last week the Starseed Oracle, which are Rebecca Campbell's cards. So these are absolutely gorgeous, but these ones came in stock. Literally, they were delivered today, and these are effing gorgeous cards. So these ones are the Work Your Light Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell, and I cannot praise these enough. These are absolutely gorgeous. So they came in today. I've got three in stock. Three in stock of these. These are, honestly, let me show you them, because they are just the most beautiful cards you will ever see. So that's the back, and then you get your guidebook in there as well. If you haven't already, if you don't know much about Rebecca Campbell, I would highly recommend getting familiar with her and her work. Also, there's she's got 2 books. There's Light is the New Black, but there's a book that I've got called Rise Sister Rise, and honestly it is life-changing. It really, really is. Tell you what, have I got, do I? No, or maybe I don't. I thought I had 2 copies of it. I was going to offer to put one out, but no, I think I've only got one. Okay, no, I'm not going to get rid of my copy. But no, Rise Sister Rise is a really, really gorgeous book, and it is life-changing. It's not just a storybook. So if you haven't yet read Rise Sister Rise, or you can listen to it on audio as well. Rebecca does it herself. It's honestly, I can't tell you how amazing it is. But the cards, so like there you've got the ever unfolding rose, and see what I mean? They're just beautiful. You've got here Dance with Life. So they just feel really delicate, but so special. Like this one, Awakening, there as well. So they are new in stock today, but they also qualify for that £15% off offer. So they will be, hang on, if I tell you how much they are, let's have a, oh, let's do that. Let's have a, aren't they, Nikki? They are absolutely gorgeous. Like, I'm so in love with these. They're the most gorgeous cards, and you can just pull one. It's almost like you can pull them for an affirmation, because they've got the write-up on them, but then underneath they've got like a little bit, and you can just pull like one a day, and they are just, oh, I love them. Oh, shit. Okay, they're not on I need to add them on. They will be the same price here as the Starseed, so let me add them on. They'll be $19.99, so taking off that 15%, which my maths is, honestly, it is shocking. I'm gonna have to use a calculator for it. Take away 15. So $16.99 that'll take them down to, if that Work Your Light deck, and also the Starseed Oracle. So these are equally as beautiful, but the box for these, let me make me big again. How funky is this? Look, this is the box. Like, woo. So these are gorgeous, and I think these were the first ones to come out. These come out before Work Your Light. So that's the back of them, and then on the back, so you've got Earth pulsing on there. So these are similar sort of design, because it's the same artist that's done them, and that activated Earth. These are really, really gorgeous. I think actually I might prefer the Starseed to the Work Your Light. Just that one, You're Not Alone. Is Emily going to be spent? Well, if you spend over £10, you'll get your free Taroscope. No, I do like to put like a little gift in there as well. So there is there's like all the crystal bits on the shop. They will come direct dispatched from Leslie, who's based in Essex. So she's my supplier for all like the crystal, the pendants and the bracelets and all of that, and also the chakra crystal packs that she sends out as well. So they will come direct from Leslie, and I know a few of you have had your orders already, and her packaging and the way she just does it, it's so lovely. But from me, I'll post it out. So if you order cards, or let me show you this, because this is bloody massive. It is huge. So in my first lot of orders, I ordered some of the abalone shells. So like my one, well, I keep my sage in it. Ooh, shit. It's like my ashtray for my sage. Hang on, because I've only had one sip of wine. Let me indulge in another. See, I'm blabbing this much and I've not even had a drink. So the abalone shells in the shop. So let me show you first size comparison. I'm going to hide this big one because it's huge. Okay, so the extra small one in the shop is that one. That's it in my hand there. So that's the extra small one, and that I think is about 7 centimeters. Oh no, actually that's almost 8. No, it is. So that's about 8 centimeters. That's the extra small one. Then you've got this one, which is about 10 centimeters. So that's fair size, right? Bearing in mind, okay, so that's extra small, that's medium, and I thought, well, this is the size of mine, so I wanted one bigger that I could offer. Right, check out the size of this. I ordered, it's a 17 centimeter one, and for some reason it didn't register quite how big they were, but look, it's literally like as big as my face. It is huge, but it's really deep as well. But that one, for like obviously your sage, keeping your sage in there, or any like, I would not use resin in there. Definitely wouldn't use resin, but How cool's that? So that shell's there if you want that, but obviously if you want to opt for a smaller one. But this one I think is only, it's not a lot. Let's have a look. So if you come out of here, if you go back to the main shop and then go to incense, sage and smudging, you'll find all of the shells on here. So you've got the extra large, $12.99 for that one, and it is bloody huge. It is massive. The extra small one is $4.99, and then the medium one is $6.99. And then obviously you can get your sage and everything on there. Charcoal discs for the resin. They're only $1.29 a pack. You get 10 discs in there, and you've got your chakra resin, which is $2.49. So you just literally heat it up. You do need a heat-proof dish. So that's one thing I would say. You can't just like whack a thing out, a charcoal disc, and put it in a shell. You do need a heat-proof dish, which I'm working on getting them in stock. But also you can see here as well. So I've got the incense sticks, which I already had the white sage and cedar. However, today in stock, I've now got white sage and Palo Santo, and also white sage and lavender, which is honestly, it is poor. I love that one. So the purpose of sage, okay, great question. Okay, the purpose of sage, it's been used in native traditions for, let me make me big again. It's been used specifically in kind of Native America for quite a long time to do cleansing and to cleanse energies, and also not just Native Americans, but different cultures have used sage as well. And it's like a cleansing. So what I would do is, I've got loads of, you can have just sage, which let me show you what I've got in stock. So the one that I've got here, comes in a baggie like this, and let me open, I'll show you. I'll take it out. I won't burn this one. I'll show you what I do with mine. So you can get just white sage, or you can get different kinds of sage and whatnot, or you can get smudge sticks, which I'll show you mine in a minute. So this one, this is how the sage would come, and what you would do is you would burn that. You could use your shell as like your ashtray, and you could just let it burn, or you can like waft yourself. When I cleanse a room space, I would go kind of waft the smoke around the doors, around the windows, and it will just cleanse the energy. Also, there's a trick to, when you let your sage burn, the way that the smoke goes is it tells you a certain thing. But then what I would also do, hold that thought, is so in the incense packs, the native soul ones, you do get a little feather. But when I sage, I'll use like a feather, this one or one of the other ones I've got, and you could just waft with a feather as well. But with the abalone shell and the sage together, that is like a tradition where it's like the combined energies. It's meant to kind of reinforce that healing and that cleansing. So sage is very, very good. Whether you want to kind of sage yourself, sage your cards, sage your home space, just any kind of bad juju, get the sage out. Like, I'm a big advocate for sage. What I've got as well, one of my best friends, Beth, she makes me smudge sticks from all the herbs in her garden. So I've got this one. So this is rosemary, bay leaf. So there's some other bits in there. And I've got, this one's like nearly burnt out now because I've used that much of it. That's got like lemon balm and rosemary and sage and all sorts of stuff. And I love it. I love a good waft. But you can either use the smudge stick, or you can do the incense sticks as well. So all the incense that I've got, they are sage ones. So I've got sage and cedar, I've got sage and Palo Santo, and then I've got sage and lavender. And honestly, the lavender one come today. When I opened the box, it was like heaven. It was absolutely gorgeous. And I think the incense sticks, they're only like $2.99 in the shop, so they're not dear at all. Pat says I do, yeah. So I do the four corners of the room, and I do the windows and doors, and me, lots of me. Yeah, I do. I absolutely love doing a sage. Mark comes home from work and he's just like, stinks, but I love it. Especially what I love the most is if I've been running a meditation class, and then I come down in the morning, like the morning afterwards, and it's like that after smell of sage and everything. Oh, I love it. Oh, I do love it. Trudy would love a cauldron. Do you know, right, I did get myself a cauldron. I was selfish. I got myself a cauldron from the wholesalers because I seen it and I fell in love. But the trouble is, I'll show you my cauldron. I feel like a proper witchy witch. Oh, it is cast iron, and it is really, really heavy. So this is my little cauldron. How cute is that? but it's heavy. So the trouble is, obviously, I can order them in, but for me to post them to you, it's going to cost a fortune. And my worry was that it would probably cost more than the cauldron was worth to get it to you. So that was where my fear laid there, because I didn't want to charge out of the nose for it, which is a real shame. But I did order one for myself, and I have done some spells, and I've actually got some remnants from one of my little spells in there. But you can see that on Instagram. So if you don't already follow me on Instagram, you can just search Anavea in there and you'll find me on there. But yeah, hold on. Kat says, might need to order a bunch to clear the energies at home. You should. Trying to think what else. So today, all that I had in was the new incense and the work your light cards. But I've got all the other cards. You can see it all here. Actually, these ones I'll show you. So these are incense cones. So rather than a stick, it's just a little cone, and you get this thingy-majibby thing, so that you can put your cone on there and you light it, and it just burns and wafts. So rather than a stick, it's just like a little cone shape, and they're really lovely. They come obviously with your free little placeholder, and there's one for each of the chakras. As you can see, I've got quite a few. So you've got, for the root chakra, the smell strawberry. For sacral chakras, orange. For solar plexus is lemon. For heart chakra is mint. Actually, this mint one. So if you do want to order the mint, I would recommend getting this for if you've got a cold or if you're feeling a bit groggy, because with this one, I thought it would be like chewing gum mint, but actually I managed to open one and have a waft, and it's quite like a menthol. So that's good, kind of for that menthol clearing smell. So they would be handy to have in if you're feeling a bit bunged up. Then for the throat chakra, you've got blueberry. For third eye is lavender, and then for the crown chakra is blackberry. So they are really, really lovely, and obviously they come with a free holder. So I think you get 30 cones in a pack. What kind of spells do I do? So I've just been doing some manifesting spells. It was obviously the new moon the other day, so I've been manifesting. I've put all my herbs in there, and I wrote kind of my star goal and my intention and everything on my paper, and I folded it up and put it in and burnt it with all my herbs. So I do more like manifestation spells for like what I want to welcome in. I don't do like kind of like witchy voodoo scary spells. I wouldn't mind doing it. So yeah, actually, Pat, those I think you should have had an email. They are on their way to you, so they should hopefully arrive with you tomorrow. So let me know if they do. But they will be with you and your other bits as well. Is there anything that anyone else wants to see that I've got in the shop? Because I'll show you. Oh, let me show you these. Right, these will come from Leslie, but honestly, they are right. So these chakra aura sprays. There's a few different ones, but they're all on the website. I've only got 2 of them here because Leslie sent me them as little tester samples. But there's this one, which is the amethyst crystal, which is a lavender spray. So this is a fantastic sleep spray to just kind of chill out. You could use it as a pillow mist. But with these ones, they are all natural ingredients. They're vegan friendly. They come in a glass bottle, but they are really, really lovely sprays, especially that one. So that's lavender oil, which is the amethyst crystal. Then you've got the carnelian crystal. So this is like a sweet orange oil. And then they've all got on the back there, they've got like a little affirmation as well. So these are really lovely. They're £18, but they are well worth it. And you'll need a little spritz. So they'll come direct from Leslie once she sends them out. But honestly, they are well worth the money. They're gorgeous. So if you go to that, I think they come up first on the chakra shop. So they're under chakra and aura sprays. But there is a lot on there. But that's the shop pretty much. But there is some other bits that I've got some banners to remind me what I was going to talk about. But yes, don't forget to use that 15% off all card decks. That is only today and tomorrow, though. Is it today and tomorrow? No, I'm chatting shit. Taroscope is today and tomorrow. Any orders over £10 will get a free Taroscope. I do believe that 15% off offer lasts until Friday. So you've got until Friday to order your cards before they don't have that code on them. Right, okay, the next thing that I want to talk to you about is a soul circle is closing its doors. Let me take a sip of wine for this. Whew. If you're still watching, give me a little yes, because I'm here. Right, Alex is asking, what would you recommend for overthinking to stay focused on the right things? What I would do, so for me, this is something, I'm an overthinker, and I'll admit it. I'm also quite a bad procrastinator as well. I would keep a journal or some sort of list of things. But I think overthinking in the ways of kind of, if it's coming from either an anxiety point of view or like that magpie syndrome where you kind of see, you'd start one thing and then you get carried away and you're like, oh, when I'll do this. And then you've got all these plates spinning. What I would say is, so I think it was a couple of weeks ago, I did an analogy on here about the jar, about prioritizing things. So imagine you've got a jar and you've got your big things that are like your rocks. Oh, you're all still watching on Fab. You've got your big things that are like your rocks. Then you've got like your pebbles, and then you've got your sand. Okay. If you imagine you pour all your sand, so your sand is like the menial little things that don't really need to be done. Like you can do them, but they're not immediate. Your rocks are like the things that need to be done. The rocks are your priority, and then the pebbles are kind of, they should be done, but they're not top of the list. So with this jar, imagine, do I have a jar? I'll use this. Okay, so you put in, I've got hagstone, I'll use that. So like you put your rocks in, and no, I'm bullshitting, you know. Right, you put your sand in. Okay, so your sand is your really, really little menial bits. Okay, so you pour all your sand in and your sand goes in and it fills up to here. Okay, but that's just the little bits, but all the sand is filled up. And then you come and you put your pebbles in that just kind of, and then they sit on top of the sand. And then you come to like your rocks, and then you're like, oh, okay, right, they won't fit because all this little bits that I've prioritized first, I've put in my jar, and now I haven't got room for the big things, or I've wasted time doing the little things, and now I haven't got the time or the space for the big stuff. So this is where it comes in about prioritizing. So what you do your big things first. So you need to make a list, okay, of your non-negotiables, of things that they must be done regardless. They just have to be done, whether you like it or not. They got to be done. So your non-negotiables are your big rocks. So you put them, they go in the jar first. Then your list of kind of the things that should be done, but they don't have to be done right now, or they can wait. Okay. And then you make a list of those, and then you can put your pebbles in. Okay. And because you've got your rocks in, those pebbles are going to like just slot in into the spaces, they'll fit. And then at the end, there's a kind of the things that don't really need to be done, but you quite fancy doing it anyway, or you just kind of procrastinating, filling your time up. That's just sand. Okay, so remember at the beginning, the sand just filled it up, and then there was no room for anything else. So now you've put your rocks in, now you've put your pebbles in, you can begin to pour the sand, and the sand will fill those gaps, and it will all fit in there. Okay, so it's all about just kind of prioritizing, but also not just prioritizing, but diarizing as well. So if there's something that needs to be done, but you either really, really don't want to do it, or you need help with it, like you can appoint it to someone else, and not just like shit dumping on them. I mean, as in like asking for help, or kind of even kind of outsourcing. Like if you've got to pay someone to do it, like that's where it kind of comes. You have to really consider if you want to pay someone to do something like that. Like I really need to clean my oven, but I'm planning on diarizing that and paying someone to do that. But it just comes down to making a list of, rather than all of the things to do, you list your priorities, and then you list the kind of the middle should be's, and then the fun stuff, and then that's how you let it all fit in. And Trudy says, and there's always room for some wine. Yes, there is always room for wine. So I know a few of you said you're going to be watching with a glass as well. So if you've got wine or any other beverage, or even if you're on the coffee or the juice, let me know what you've got in hand. Do you know, actually, it's been a while since I've had a drink. No, I'm lying. I'm lying. I had one glass of Prosecco on Saturday, and I think I had 2 or 3 glasses of Prosecco on Sunday. But before that, I've not had a drink in weeks, and I've been really, really good. So I do enjoy I'm not like advocating drinking. I'm not saying like get out there and have a drink, but I do enjoy a nice little glass of red, especially like when the weather's colder, and then as the summer comes and the weather gets warmer, I'll have like a prosecco or a white wine, or I'm quite partial to my gin. Yeah, let me know what you've got in hand. Pat says, really need to wash my windows, but I can't be bothered to do them. There we go. So then it comes in with the I really need to do it. But then you start to think, right, if I haven't done this in, I don't know, think of a time frame. If I haven't done this by such and such, is it going to be the end of the world? Like, is something bad going to happen? And if the answer is no, then don't stress about it. If it's not going to bother you in 5 years, don't spend more than 5 minutes worrying about it. Okay, that's something that I kind of come across. And I thought, actually, yeah, because quite often we spend so long worrying about just about shit things that don't even matter in the grand scheme of things, but we get so worked up worrying about it and stressing ourselves out about doing stuff or sorting things. And it's like, well, actually, is this going to matter in 5 years? And if your answer is no, then don't spend ages stressing and worrying. Just either do what needs to be done or just don't worry about it. Whereas if the answer is yes, then you should get that shit done. Because then you've got the opposite end of the scale, is where we kind of hide under the covers and don't want to face it, but we know it needs to be done. And if there's something that absolutely, like, it needs your attention right now, do not put it off. And I'm telling you this from experience, because I've put stuff off in the past. I have. But I think there comes a time when you need to kind of pull up your big girl pants and think, right, this is a priority. I need to get my shit together and do this. So that's a kind of where I am with priorities and whatnot. But let me tell you, right, I come on here every Tuesday. I do a pep talk. I don't preach. I don't think I do. But I give advice, I give guidance. But let me tell you, right, I am not perfect. I'm far from perfect. Jesus Christ, I am so far from perfect. You would not believe it. But I have been through so much shit in my life. And this isn't a woe is me, give me sympathy. But I've been through so much stuff that I've experienced that I have got that empathy where I can actually understand how you may be feeling. I will never know exactly how you feel because we're all in different situations. But I've been through different situations. I've experienced different things. I've trained in different stuff. I do a lot of different stuff. So I'm trying to help you help yourself. So I'm not saying to you, I've got all the answers. I'm this big oracle of blah, blah, blah. Because kind of, I know a lot of you say about how lovely I am and everything, but sometimes I'm an asshole. Sometimes I am. And I do my best to be my best self. And I do my best to kind of do the best I can. I'm juggling all these things all at once. But I'm not perfect. And you should never strive to be perfect, because perfect is not real. And if you're trying to be perfect, you're never going to get there. But what makes us beautifully ourselves is the imperfections. But what we must do then is we must embrace those imperfections. Okay, so it's not about kind of being perfect, having the cleanest house, having the nicest hair, having the best car. All of that shit doesn't matter. I think as long as you're happy with you and you can be yourself, because then this comes into kind of that social anxiety of things. I struggled for years, and still on some level, I still do. I suffered terribly with social anxiety to the point where I wouldn't leave the house for 3 months. And I got myself in such a shit state. I was in a massive hole, and I have struggled with my mental health over the years. I do have a diagnosis of PTSD as well. I've struggled with body dysmorphia. I have struggled with postnatal depression. I've struggled with regular depression and anxiety. I have been through a lot of shit. But it's kind of getting to a point where, and I don't believe in, yes, to an extent, I believe stuff happens for a reason, but I don't believe that bad shit happens to us for a reason. Bad shit happens to us because there's bad people out there, and there's no kind of if or buts about it. That's why bad stuff happens. But what we can do is we can change the way we react to it. And something that I often say is, you are not a victim of circumstance. All right, I'm not going to get into my past and all the shit I've been through, but I've done a lot of bad stuff. I've been through a lot of bad stuff, but I'm not sat here wallowing in a hole of self-pity. I'm not sat here like skin on the bones of my arse, and I'm not sat here with nothing, feeling sorry for myself, drinking myself into oblivion. I've used that as a fuel to kind of think, right, well, yeah, bad shit has happened to me, but I'm not a victim of it. I will not be a victim. And it's just about changing your mindset. So whether something absolutely terrible has happened to you or whether you're just feeling a bit shitty, it's about how you react to it. If someone just says something to you in the street, it's how you react. It's not about being a victim. It's not about why has this happened. It's all about how you react to it. What do you do moving forward, which is most important. And honestly, if that wasn't my attitude, I would not be where I am today. Because I said, it's not, this is by no means a woe is me, but I have been through some fucking shit times. I have. And I struggle daily. And I'm not going to sit here and say to you, join my soul circle. I'm going to tell you how to have the perfect life because I have the perfect life and you can be like me, because that is a load of bullshit. If you like, joining my soul circle it's about women coming together, supporting women as they are, helping women to love themselves as they are. And if you want to grow up with your intuitive growth and kind of learn to tap into higher energies and learn to read or to connect with your guides or higher self, then that's there for you in the soul circle. But if you just want to be there to just be, to be held, to have support as a woman, from a woman to a woman, to have that support, that guidance, to have the resources there to help you to be you in the best way. So it's not about changing who you are. It's about realizing who you really are and embracing it and being that. Because for ages, I don't know if you can see it, but my hair is, my roots are a bit shit, but my hair is orange on the ends. It was bright orange all over, but lockdown fucked that up for me. But I had the blonde and the brunette hair. And this isn't me saying, like, to be yourself, you must have a crazy hair color. This is like just my story of I'd wear the jeans and the nice tops and I'd have the blonde hair or the brunette hair and I'd do everything that everyone wanted me to do and all la-di-da and blah, blah. And it was a bit shit because I had people that would just shit stir about me and they would whinge and they would have all these opinions and I would feel like absolute crap. And I would literally spend my days worrying about what they would say about me, presenting myself in a way that wouldn't cause any drama because I was so worried. And you know what? I don't give a shit if they want to give me drama now because I'm literally immune to it. And I'm at the point where if someone wants to shit talk about me, that is their problem because what they think about me is none of my business. And I would say that to you. What people say and think about you is none of your business either. That reflects on them because if people want to shit talk, well, if women want to shit talk another woman, that comes back on them. And that is a poor reflection of themselves and their insecurities on them. So if you are out there feeling vulnerable or you've had some sort of drama around you or other women have been saying shit about you, slating you and all of that crap, that's not on you. That is a reflection of them and their insecurities. And that doesn't mean that you should dim your light to fit in because I spent a long time figuring this out. And actually, and I think I say this on every live, but I got to a point where I thought, actually, I don't even like these people. Why am I trying to make them happy? Why am I trying to stop them bitching about me? Because no matter what, they're still going to have stuff to say. So I started dressing more like me, like I wanted to, wearing like the funky pattern trousers, wearing my crazy hair, my headbands and turbans and all of that stuff, and just being more me and being the quirky me that I am. Because it kind of dawned on me that we're not all robots. We're not all designed to fit into the same box. And people that do fit into the same box are a bit boring. So if they're going to talk about me, at least give them something exciting to talk about. And then that's when I stepped into really just being me and not giving a shit what other people think. And I'm at that point now where actually, yeah, I am a little bit overweight. I haven't got great skin. Right now my hair is greasy and it could do with a wash. Do I care? No. No, I don't care because I'm being me and I'm happy being me. And if someone wants to whinge about it, I don't care because that's their problem. So if you're sat there right now thinking, I feel like shit and I really don't want to face so-and-so tomorrow or so-and-so has been saying this about me and blah, blah, blah. If you don't want to hear any profanity, then block your ears. But what I will say is fuck them, okay? Like give them the twos up and don't give a shit what anyone says. Because obviously, to a degree, we have to kind of stick within the law. But otherwise, do what you want to do. Do what fills you up. Do what makes you feel good. Okay, you don't have to be committed to anything or anyone. Obviously, marriage is a commitment, and obviously we should respect that. But I mean, like, if you said that you're going to do something, or if you said that you're going to be something, or whatever, you can always change your mind. You can always change your mind. You can always leave a situation. No one has said that you must be here forever. Even if it seems to be stuck in stone or there's some sort of contract, there's always a way to get out of something. You are never stuck. And if you're sat here at home watching this in lockdown and you're feeling like you're stuck in a situation right now that you can't get out of, let me tell you, there is a way out. You are not stuck. You are not committed to anything. And if there is anyone out there watching that feels like they need to talk to someone on a more personal level, I am here. And I'm more than happy to lend an ear to you, to talk, to help in any way that I can. But you don't have to put up with shit just for the sake of putting up with it. Nobody deserves that. And as women as well, we've kind of, through our own lifetimes and through past lives and through history, women have just taken the brunt of shit because it's just an easier life, because we're just pushed to the bottom of the pile. And actually, it's time that we stepped up. It's time that we became ourselves and we weren't afraid to be ourselves, because actually we are pretty fantastic. And it's when you learn to embrace that woman within, then you're going to see a whole host of women. And it started already. All these women rising up, really embracing themselves. And that's why lately it seems like being spiritual is a bit of a trend. But actually, like, yeah, to a certain extent, people are just jumping on the bandwagon for the sake of it. But actually, we are in the midst of a big awakening. We're now into the age of Aquarius as well. And we're in a new age. And so many people are waking up to the stuff that's within them, the higher energies. We're tapping into it. And if people are going to poo-poo that and say it's a load of crap, let them say it. But the truth is, it's real and it is happening. And if you're feeling the call to step into your more intuitive side, to tap into any higher energies, if you feel like you've got that sixth sense or that gift, then feel into it. Don't feel afraid to be called by it, because actually we're in this time where we're all stepping into it, and it's like that calling. And there's people like myself and other women like me that do what we do, and we're there to kind of help other women rise up. And that's actually that book about Rebecca Campbell, Rise Sister Rise, that I was talking about. It's that concept of helping other women rise up. It's not about knocking them down and shit talking women and saying all this crap. Helping other women rise up and rising up together as a group of women that are just being unapologetically themselves, because that is what it's all about. Who's got time for shit talking people? Because I certainly do not. I've not got time for it. Let's have a look. Pat says, love your hair. I want to make mine a crazy color. Do you know what, right? Yours is like beautiful, gorgeous white hair. So at the minute I've got a Bleach London color conditioner on it, which they're really good if you want to play around with colors but don't want anything permanent. They're almost like a stain for your hair. But I've also got the Lunar Tides dye, which comes in a little pot. It's like vegan, all natural and everything like that, which I've been using the Solar Flare one. That's more like like this color orange, whereas this is more reddy, but there's a better look of it. So yeah, if you want to try out Lunar Tides for something more permanent, or Bleach London if you just want to have a bit of a play but you're not sure, they've got a good color range there. Oh, Kat, thank you. Lots of love. Alex, oh bless you, you are so welcome. I'm so glad that you've joined me and that you've enjoyed your first evening with me as well. So ladies, let me tell you, okay, so before I finish up, because it is 11 o'clock, so the Soul Circle is closing its doors, but that does not mean that the Soul Circle is closing. So what this means is that currently, as it stands, the Soul Circle is open to join all day, every day. But what I'm going to be doing is closing those doors and only reopening them every so often. So if you want to know more about the Soul Circle, I'm going to drop a link in. Or if you want to join the Soul Circle, see what it's all about, you can join it. And then if it's not for you, then you can hop out next month. There's no length of commitment to it. Like the Soul Circle is kind of you stay as long as you need to kind of thing. I won't hold it against you if you decide you don't want to be in it anymore. However, I've not had anyone else leave, so that's good. It's been going since September, but then in January I launched the hub, which is actually, would you like me to show you the hub? I'll show you it from a non-member's point of view. Right, let's stop that, and then I'll All right, share screen. There we go. Let's have a look. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. Whoops. Remove that one off. This is the trouble. When it comes up, it's not that easy to find the right one because I've got that many that come up. Right, let's just do application window because it's easier. Okay, this is going to go really funky in a sec. Okay. Right, so if you go over to, no, not there either. This one, nope, that one. Okay, here we go. So when you go onto you can go onto the website, which if up here, you go to guidance and readings, drop down to Soul Circle. Obviously, if you want to book a reading at all, you can use that menu there. So on Soul Circle here, this will it'll tell you all about Soul Circle, more information. And hang on, let me refresh that because I'm sure I updated. Yes, I did. I updated this page today. So this will tell you more about Soul Circle. Obviously, there, lost your sense of self. If you need support to ignite that fire within, curious to tap into your intuition, if you want regular guidance and soul-led inspiration, or if you know that you're worth more but don't know how to attract it in. So all of that within Soul Circle is stuff that you can be working on and getting support with. So it tells you what's included. Obviously, you've got access to the hub. You get card guidance for the month ahead. That goes in the hub and in the Facebook group, as with the weekly guidance as well. Every Wednesday, they get a 3-card oracle reading. So a choice of 3 will go up, and then on the evening, then a video will go up to kind of give the readings from that choice. You get an affirmation every morning in through the Facebook group, live videos where I pop in there as well. So you get access to the whole library of meditation content. So any meditation audios that I've got currently or that I will add in, you will have access to. Oh, crap. I forgot you could see my screen. Where am I gone? There we are. So any meditations will get added in there and you will have complete access. And actually, let me tell you, those meditations to buy individually are £17 on the website, and you get access to all of them included. You get early access to any ticketed events, so members would get a early heads up, first dibs on anything coming up. You get the community chat app, which is called Discord, and that is a private chat server with different chat rooms, and that is privately for Soul Circle members only. And then also you get your 25% Soul Circle members discount. So that's on any healing sessions, any readings, any one-to-ones. Unfortunately, that doesn't cover the shop, but it covers everything else. Like my Balm for the Soul sessions as well, that covers that. And then your bonus access. So currently in there is worth £97 just for this program, is the Unlock, Empowered, Transform course, which I was telling you about. So let me show you here. So this is the hub. So I'm just going to check comments. Okay, that's cool. Where we at? So this is the hub. When you log on, you'll have your account, and obviously when you become a Soul Circle member, you'll get all the access. So this is your hub. So Sacral Embers is a self-help guide for women who want to reignite their power within. That is coming soon. I'm working on that as we speak. Obviously, your access to the Soul Circle group and the Discord channel. Then in this one is your tarot guidance, so your weekly and monthly guidance, and dates for your diary. So every month, Soul Circle members get free access to a meditation class, like live meditation class, on the first Monday of every month, and that's included within the membership. There you've got your discount codes, obviously your 25% off. Here you can watch live playback. Also, you've got the audio meditation library. Currently, as it stands, there's 15 bits in there. There's also guide sheets and prep work, which I'm going to be adding more in as well. You've also got Calm the Mind, Soothe the Soul, which is a challenge that I ran last year. This is all of the content in it. So if you need to de-stress, relax, find your inner calm. So there's that one. And then here you've got your Unlock, Empower, Transform workbook, which that's worth £97. So you get the workbook and you get all the audio content with that as well. And that's if you want to really step up in your intuitive growth, or if you just want to feel a bit better. And then here, so like I said, you can leave at any time. There is an unsubscribe tab there, and it walks you through everything that you need to do for it, which I don't really want to hold people to committing to it, because I kind of think if you don't want to be somewhere, you shouldn't have to be there because you're just stuck. So it's kind of, the only thing with that is if you, so at the moment to join Soul Circle, it's £27 a month and you get access to all of that. And I'm adding a lot more content in as we speak. It's a growing thing, and the price will be going up next time. So Soul Circle is closing its doors. It will be closed for entry to new members tomorrow evening at 11:59, so just before midnight. I won't be taking on any new members until a few months down the line. So it's currently £27 a month to join it, but when I reopen, it will be more, because I'll have a shitload more content in there. So if you want to join in, it's £27 a month. You get your first month. If it's not for you, then you don't have to stay. But if it is for you, I would love to have you stay as well. So we've got lots going on as well in the Facebook group. Got all the guidance going in. We've got daily posts going up, and it's just really, really lovely. And it's building a community in there. I think we've got about 22 members in at the minute as it stands. So if you would like to join the Soul Circle, I would absolutely love to have you. Please don't feel obliged, but if it's something that you feel called to do, then obviously the doors are closing tomorrow evening, so it's worth getting in and checking it out. And like I say, if it's not for you, then don't feel obliged to stay there, but please check it out and get the most of it if you do join. But I would love to have you in there. I feel like I'm just like preaching and bragging about the Soul Circle, but it's honestly, that is going to be my primary focus this year as well, as building the Soul Circle, getting lots of quality content, well, more quality content in there. But also I'm going to be putting in guest resources as well. So I'm going to have guest speakers coming in, guest workbooks, all bits like that building up, and it is going to be one shit hot piece of kit. So if you want to get in at £27 a month, it's absolutely nothing. I've seen people out there charging £100 a month for shit like this, and it's a bit crazy, to be honest. But £27 a month is, I think it works out about $34. So if you're in the US, then $34, however much that is to you. So that is the Soul Circle. I'm just going to drop the link in, so if you are keen to check that out, it'll take you to the website page where you can read more. And then if you click become a member or join, whatever it says, then it will take you to the hub where you set up your account there and you set up your monthly payment. So it will just come out on the same date every month, and there'll be no shock surprises. It's just you're in control. And hopefully by spending the evening with me, you know that I'm not an asshole, and all of my Soul Circle ladies know that they can talk openly with me and be themselves and say what needs to be said if they need to. So there's no kind of qualms about anything there. So that is my Soul Circle. But what I want to ask on that note is, if you have been thinking about joining the Soul Circle but you haven't yet, I would love to know what's holding you back. Not from a point of why are you not joining, because I'm not being a dick, but what's holding you back? Like what would make you think, yeah, I want to get in on that? Like what's not made that tick for you just yet? Because it's kind of like a market research for me as well, to kind of, because I want to make it better for people. It's already like good, obviously, but Pat, I've been in since the beginning. I love it. You're definitely not an asshole. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So yeah, I just want to say, like, kind of what do you want? So as a woman, what is your pain point right now? Like what's kind of something that you need support with, that you feel like I could maybe give to you, that if it was in the Soul Circle, that would be you thinking, yeah, I want in on that? Because as I say, I'm adding more content in. I am going to be adding in a guide sheet in the next week or so about kind of crystals for beginners as well, because I think that's something that's quite important that should be in there. But the purpose of the Soul Circle is you can either kind of grow yourself up with your intuition, or you can just kind of be in there and just be in this lovely little environment online and be a part of something supportive. So through the week, every day, there's different theme posts that go up, and I offer healing. We kind of talk things through. We release and send stuff out. So tomorrow will be our Oracle one. So Trudy says, we'd love to join, just not got the finances at the moment. That's okay. Okay, so that is a factor that I did kind of take into consideration. And it's kind of, I feel a bit like poopy with that one, because I physically can't charge any less than I am. But I do hope that kind of it does get to a point where it is affordable, because I don't want to put it up too much right now. But actually, Trudy, I need to message you anyway, because to talk about the unlock empower thing, because I need to chat to you about that. So remind me, if I don't message you after the live, message me, because I will get in touch, because I jigged the system on that, so I'll chat to you about that. Pat would definitely love a crystal course. I know some things. Yeah, so it would be kind of, rather than a course, it'd be more just a kind of a content help sheets, guide sheets, stuff like at your disposal that you can tap into, like even if it's like a printable guide sheet or just something that you can look up online and it's there for you, because it's all about giving you the information and the tools and stuff that you need to feel like you can be your best you. But my current big thing that I'm working on within the Soul Circle at the minute is that's all right, Trudy. It is hard times for everybody. I know how you feel. I know what you mean. Don't worry. Yeah. So within Soul Circle, Sacral Embers, the guidebook in there, that's going to be quite special. Actually, let me show you. Okay, I'll show you my I'll show you the index. I've yet to add to it because there's other stuff that I want to add in. But this is Sacral Ember, so this will be coming to Soul Circle in the next month. Nikki, if that's you off, good night to you, beautiful, and thank you so much. I'm so glad that you've stayed with me till the end, because I'm going to be logging off in a minute because I've been on for like what, 2.5 hours. Christ Almighty. Emily, you are very welcome. Night to you, lovely, and don't forget, if you want those Light Seers cards, you don't forget your code. Use your code. What was I going to do? Sacral Embers. That's it. Right, I'm going to show you Sacral Embers. Then I'm going to go and I'm going to enjoy my wine. Right. Okay. So in Canva, here we go. Right. So this is the beginning, the first page of it, and to scroll down. So this is your index. I'm going to zoom in a bit. Okay. So you've got obviously your introduction. What is Sacral Embers? You're going to have a self-evaluation in there, question and prompt. So this Sacral Embers is a self-help guide for women who want to reignite their power within. So this is about kind of supporting you and stepping up to be your best you, and to kind of really embrace you and who you are, and to give you more confidence in being you. So you've got your self-evaluation there, questions and prompts, like self pros and cons you go through, a current self-statement. Then we'll look for your initial goals, review them, work out your authentic goals, look into finding you, connect with your higher self, embrace your shadows, self-projection, which is kind of looking at where you want to be, where you can see yourself, and kind of thinking in that future tense rather than what you want to be doing, thinking about what you are doing as your future self. Connecting with that higher self there, embracing your shadow, self-projection, intention planner, which will be another little mini bonus in there, manifesting what you want, your non-negotiables, your self-care plan, and your personal journaling guide. So there's a lot of stuff going down in there. So that will be hopefully in the next month. I would like to think by the end of March, if not sooner, that'll be there in the hub for you. So if you want to join me in the Soul Circle, join the other ladies, then you can hop on in. That link is right there, so you can click on that one and get in. Obviously the doors close to that tomorrow night, so if you have been thinking about it and you're kind of like, if you don't really know what's stopping you, you've just been sat on it for a bit, get in before tomorrow night, because the doors are closing till probably April, maybe later, I don't know. And the price will probably go up as well. But what I'm going to say is I am absolutely thrilled that I've had so many of you joining and watching me tonight, and so many of you to stay on with me so late. I know it's half term, so it's technically not a school night, but it's still a Tuesday. And I'm just so grateful to have had so many with you on tonight, interacting, chatting with me, seeing all my shop goodies. So if you do want to get on the shop, check it out, have a browse, check out these massive head-sized shells, all the cards and bits. But I will be back on next Tuesday as ever. But if you do want to do something that's a bit more personal and one-to-one, then you can check out on the website at kind of either how to book a session with me or how to book a reading. And also don't forget as well, any shop orders over £10 today or tomorrow will get that free Taroscope code as well. So I'm gonna leave. I've got a couple of adverts to put on, and then I'm gonna nip off. So I will love you and leave you. Thank you all so much. You're all very welcome. It's been an absolute pleasure to spend the evening with you. I'm gonna go and finish off the rest of my wine, and I will catch you all, if not next Tuesday, sooner. But lots of love to you all, and take care.